know what it is when the games are live, so are we. It is Live Lines right here on the Keg channel. It's your host, spitting statistician Dane Martinez. With me, as always, is Matt Dickson. And Matt, we are going to find out the story of that name. We have pushed it like 2 weeks. We've been trying to find out the Twatty Lottie, Mr. New to Your Town. We are going to find that out today, to be sure. We got a lot of games going out there. We got some West Coast plays for you. We're going to be following the live lines all across Major League Baseball tonight, trying to find the opportunities for you to win that cash. Matt, we are 21-10 over the last, I believe, 4 or 5 shows. I got to tell you the truth. Last week was, and, you know, we admit it, last week was our worst effort so far, kind of going 500, getting juiced out a little bit last time around. But we are back. We are better than ever, and we're here to make it happen. What's going on, Matt? How are you?
What's going on? Yeah, last week, as we got off the air, we were profitable.
Yeah.
Only for the Mets to act like the Royals.
Ridiculous.
Bottom of
walk-off block of all things.
A pitching, what was it? A clock violation we lose on, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
anyways, it was a small loss because we hit a plus 120 or something, plus 115. So we might have lost, I don't know, 10 cents on the dollar.
Something like that, but we're back at it better than ever. It ain't going to happen twice in a row, so you guys are in good shape tonight. Big shout out to the people in the chat already. Brian Smith saying, let's get it. New folks here. D. Barnley, what's up, guys? First time here in the chat. Listen, if it's your first time, if you see something, say something. Let us know. There is power in the See Something, Say Something syndicate, the Keg conglomerate in the chat. We love it. I got to ask you one thing that's already on my mind going into today, Matt. You know, Nats and Phillies, second game of a doubleheader. Okay. Yeah. They played earlier today, and I checked. It didn't look like we had any like top-notch relievers, though, that went. Washington used 2 arms out of the bullpen. The Phillies used 2 arms out of the bullpen. None of the kind of ace horses I was hoping that we had a lot of people use and that could impact us in the second game of the doubleheader. That doesn't seem to be the case. But is there any strategy to you when you see the second game of a doubleheader? Are they playing the B lineup? Were there a lot of bullpen arms used? What are some of the things that you think about in that vein when it's a doubleheader?
Well, yeah, like you said, usually you got to pay attention to relievers, obviously. And then not obviously, but sometimes, well, almost always you don't get the A catcher in the second game. You know what I mean? It's the B catcher. You're not going to run them out there 18 innings behind the plate. And it just, out of pure luck, it seems like it's almost always a split. There's absolutely nothing to that, but it's very rare that someone sweeps both sides of the doubleheader. But other than that, no. Like this game, I don't really see an angle. I mean, I do like the Phillies, to come back at home in this game. So I'm sure we'll be approaching that here in a little bit. There's a lot of games on the board that I'm looking at today. Last week I was kind of struggling to get the boys some action.
Yeah.
But this week I'm looking at Cleveland. I'm looking at Philly. I'm looking at Boston. I'm looking at Atlanta to come back. I'm looking at the Rays to hold on. I'm looking at, I was going to say the Marlins because they were down, but now they're up. So there's 4 or 5 games I'm looking at right now.
All right, so let's go through them. Let's go through those ones. Another one I'm wondering about, it is a little late. It's getting late early in Detroit, but we got the much better Twins down 4-0 to Detroit. And a lot of times for people that are new, and I see a lot of people new in the chat, to be quite honest, Hamilton, 69, what's going on? Found out about the Discord, and we do good work. We appreciate you stopping by. And then also we got some, tried and true veterans here. My man Kenny, what's going on? Brian Smith, what's going on as well? A lot of times we see games that are 4 or 5 runs, and we're betting this run line. We're betting plus 3.5 at plus money. Yep. We're doing that a lot. I think we've even hit plus 10.5 at times in those blowouts. We like, what I like to say, Matt, the rough underbelly of the bullpen. These are things we can feast on, especially when there is a working margin. So you just threw out, though, Matt, you threw out a couple of games that you are looking at already. I think you mentioned Cleveland and some others. Let's talk about them. I'm also seeing the Mets and the Cubs tied at 2 in the 6th. And if you're new to the show, if you're new to the chat, you don't know. We love ourselves, the Chicago Cubs offense. And I think the Mets are a team that is absolutely after the trade deadline, losing Scherzer, losing Verlander, losing Robertson and others. They sent Beatty down to AAA. So to me, the Mets are dead men walking. And so I'd be interested to find a way to bet, as Matt likes to say, the sneaky good Cubs offense, which, by the way, Matt, put up, I think, 45 runs in that 4-game set against Cincinnati, and we were pretty much on them every single time. Anything you like in Cubs, Mets, or something else that we can start to chew the fat on and see what's going on, get a winner?
Yeah, basically I hit Cubs 10 of 13 days, straight games. I mean, it was a feeding frenzy. But what was funny is the games I lost, like they got shut out, or it was like 1 run. And then they'd come back with 11, 16. But yeah, I'm not real sure if I like a side per se. I mean, I would lean Cubbies. Right. But I would be interested, I'm going to start looking at team totals and things. I'm sure they have the Cubs team total at 3.5.
I think they got them both at 3.5 because the game total is at 7.5. I'll let you know that right now as we're going around the board here on Live Lines. As always, big shout out to the Keg, making it happen for us, providing the platform for us, and hopefully you are, like he likes to say, wetting the beak. So the Mets are 3.5, juiced to the over. The Cubs are 3.5, more heavily juiced to the over. And if you're new, sometimes also we say things and then literally before we can get it in, before we can put the graphic up, all right, it's happening. So you got to be quick with it. Tom Zaffino saying, let's have a night. He's been with us for a couple of times.
What's up, Tom? What's up, Angry Stepdad?
Both of them are
minus 150. I appreciate you jumping over from the Discord. By the way, that's one thing we haven't talked about. Anyone who doesn't know Kegger Discord, I don't think I can put a URL in the chat. I don't think they let us, but yeah, jump on Kegger's Discord. You could probably get there through his Twitter page or my Twitter page. Yeah.
Sure, definitely.
There's over 400 members. Everyone's pretty sharp. We do all sports in there.
To be exact, right, Matt? I think we know that for sure. So let's get into this Mets. Let's get into this Mets Cubs real quick, okay? Top of the 6th. So we've got potentially 4 more at bats for each team, and we're talking about 3.5 as a team total for both teams. I would almost think the Cubs are up right now. I've got 1 out. I almost want another out so I could lose some of that juice because I still feel decent, right? Because 2-2, and you know how I love to play the even number totals here. 2-2, we get to 3-3, we get over 3.5. So talk to me here, minus 118 right now, Matt, for the Cubs team total at 3.5, where the Cubs have been a favorite for ours for a while. I'm looking at manageable juice here, and now there is 2 outs with Cody Bellinger coming up. We are getting through the meat of the order right now, so the 7th and the 8th would get to the bottom of the order. I don't know if that's what we like, but I'm just like blindly excited about the Cubs offense at this point in time.
I would love to get through this inning and maybe get a 2.5. 2.5 is only about 5 outs away.
If we get the 2.5, so this is another thing we got to tell people, okay? Because we're going all over the board. We're talking about all the games. By the time we might get back to this, that might be gone. So let us know kind of the blueprint here, Matt. You're saying that if we get to the 2.5, you want to pounce maybe after, say, they do get out of this inning. Let's say they don't score in this inning, right? Then what we're looking at is 3 more at-bats. And if we have the opportunity to just need 1 more run in 3 more at-bats, that then would be a play. Right now, I'm seeing the Cubs at 3.5, but the over is still minus 120. So even after this one, I think the juice will be okay. But unfortunately, Matt, I think we're still going to get 3.5. We may get 3 on the number at best.
Well, 3, I'm cool. If we can get, into the 7th with 1 out, 2 outs maybe, I'd be cool with 3. Yeah. Okay. I'm just greedy. Right. You know that. I'm greedy. So
listen, I know you're greedy, but that's why I love you, brother, man. So it's all good. All right. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Right now, what I've got is still Bellinger up 2-1, count on him, 2 on, nobody out. So the only reason I don't know if we're going to get that is because right now, Matt, I'm staring at minus 120. So even if they get out of the inning, I personally think it's going to stay 3.5, just like, minus 105, something like that.
But maybe if we get 1 out in the top of the 7th,
okay,
it may change. By the way, I wanted to tell the chat this last week what was kind of funny. I was trying to get on Cleveland all game last week, all game. They ended up getting no hit, no run, but someone in the chat won because they had plus 2.5.
Yes,
they lost 2-0 and got no hit, and someone had a winning ticket.
And that is
props to them if they're in there tonight. That's why I'm looking at Cleveland again, and they're good pen. They're up 1-0. So that's a game I'm going to keep my eye on here. Toronto may not score the rest of the game.
Here's the other thing I'm looking at. Listen, I think it's an interesting matchup of two likely playoff teams in Camden Yards, and the Houston Astros are down by 4, Matt. But I could get you. I think I could get to 3.5 for that Houston Astros offense. And I love. Listen, Matt. Houston Astros plus 3.5. I know they're down 4, but plus 3.5, plus 132.
Wow.
And I think that is interesting. And the reason I like the 4-run gap, Matt, you know this, is because they ain't bringing in the closer in a 4-run game. They're not bringing in their A setup guy in a 4-run game. It is Viper 47 that says he had that ticket. Okay, so they got no hit, but the plus 2.5 for the Guardians was actually a winner. Matt, I am officially intrigued here by the Astros plus 3.5 at plus money. The only problem is they are now gone in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th, so the Orioles could tack on.
Don't you want plus 4.5 even money?
I would
when the Orioles
run, I'll give up 30 cents for the extra run.
And absolutely. The Orioles have the lead, so the Orioles are only going to have 3 more at bats. I'm surprised it's not plus 4.5.
I'm staring at 3.5 right now, but I'm staring at 3.5 plus 132.
Here's the Braves. That was one I wanted to look at.
Okay, what do we got?
Braves just scored, so it's 4-3. 6-4. Shit.
6-4? Did Arcia go yard?
Yeah. Okay, all right. There's so many games that I'm interested in. We got to nail these down. I'm interested in Boston, Cleveland, Philly, Atlanta still. I'm interested in the Astros. So we can't get plus 4.5 on the Astros?
No, I got 3.5 with plus 132. Like I said, I'd be interested in the Braves money line, to be quite honest. Them coming all the way back.
They're probably getting a run and a half.
It's locked right now because they're just processing the home run that happened. So when it pops up, here's the deal. Let's zone on in here on Atlanta.
Yeah, the Rays.
Boston, right?
Too. Yeah.
Oh, I like the Boston. Boston, because we love fading the Kansas City Royals and that piss poor, blunt guts trash bullpen. We're only in the bottom of the 5th there in Boston. Runner on third base, 1 out.
Can we get 2.5? Can we get 1.5?
We can get 1.5, but it just locked. So I want to see what I believe Colton Wong did up at the plate here. This is an interesting one. I would love. Let's get shares of Boston here.
I'll take 1.5 as long as it's less than 115.
It's not. It's minus 265.
Oh well, then something happened.
Something must have. They must have got the run in, right? Sack fly and maybe get the run in or something like that. What about pushing it all the way? Other things I'll give you about this Boston-Kansas City game, and it is 3-2, by the way. Base knock by Colton Wong knocks in the run. So now it is 3-2. Here's the interesting one. I got minus 112 on both sides just on the money line. Aren't the Red Sox going to win this game at home, Claudia?
Yeah.
Like straight money line.
What is it? You said minus 120.
No, minus 112 on both sides, which is the new standard, for live betting. They're giving you the extra they're taxing you an extra 2 cents. It's minus 112 on both sides, just Bo Sox money line. You don't think Boston's going to win this game at home? Yeah,
I'm good with that. You want to do it?
I think so. Let's give the people what they want, right? They're here to get some. They're here to get some bets in. Singer is still on the hill, and he's only at 63 pitches. Like, there's a lot of game left here. There is a lot of game left here, Matt. And Boston is at home. We know about the Kansas City bullpen, literally one of the worst in the league. And let's not overcomplicate it. The Royals suck.
What's up, Ron? The Royals have been hitting a little better lately, but they still can't pitch.
All right, we got Viper B47 saying it's actually even money on DraftKings. So I'm over on FanDuel. That's where I see the minus 110, minus 112. So if you can get it, shop around looking at DK, that works for me too. What do you think? What do you think, Matt? Oh, now I got him at plus 108 on the money line. Boston,
There's
one
two.
more out because now there's 2 outs, and I don't even care about the bottom of the 5th. I'm okay to be through 5. I might even wait for them to get out of this inning and still like them going to the 6th with 4 thinking they can come back.
Whatever you want to do. I'm cool either way. I mean, I'm already on it, whether they score this inning or not. It's all good.
Right. All right, so let's do it. And by the way, it is now just jumped up because of another out. You're going to love this, Matt. I'm staring at the Red Sox money line plus 124.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's
I
do
want
it.
to focus.
Here's the thing, though, Matt. I've got to let you talk for a while because it happens so many freaking times. I got to log in, make my own bet.
Yeah. It's all good.
Damn number. So tell the people what you like about the Cleveland, and I'm going to go try and get the Bo Sox here.
Well, I'm going to do a quick rundown. We're probably going to be out of the loop on this Marlins game. I liked them when they were down 2-1. Now they're up 3-2. We're bottom of the 8th. It's probably going to be locked here any minute. The Rays I liked a minute ago, and they just scored 2 runs. So that's going to be off the board. The Astros we're still interested in. We can get plus 3.5. Obviously, I would love 4.5. And next inning, we can maybe get 4.5. So we're going to look at that. I like the Braves here, probably at plus 1.5 to come back in this against the Pirates. It's a good pen against a bad pen. Acuna just got plunked, or is that Osuna? That'll be for Acuna, first and second, 1 out. Looked like a purpose pitch, actually, by Holderman, 100 miles an hour in the ribs. First and second, 1 out in Pittsburgh for Atlanta, so we don't want to miss.
So let's talk about that real quick. All right, top of the 6th, 1 out. Money line plus 138 for the Braves. They just locked it.
That's what? I wanted plus 1.5.
You wanted the run line?
If that's the case, it's got to be minus fucking.
It's locked right now, so let's see what happens. It's locked. Remember, we got 1 out, top of the 6th here, and I got Ozzy Albies, who, by the way, Ozzy Albies has been on fire. The whole, between Albies, Acuna, Olsen, Riley, they've all been hot.
Yeah, their lineup's ridiculous.
It really is. It really is. And
Acuna's coming out of the game.
Ooh.
He probably would have had one more at bat in the 9th. So
that's fair.
I'm sure that didn't affect the line in baseball.
It's still locked. And by the way, we got the Bo Sox at plus 124. Tom Zaffino took it at even money. Viper B47 got it at plus 130, which is pretty nice. Let's see what happens. We're going to go to the top of the 6th here.
What's the money line in the Jays-Indians game?
Sure. Toronto plus 290 money line. They just finished. They just finished the top of the 7th. We're going to the bottom of the 7th.
I mean, I wanted Cleveland, but at plus 290.
Cleveland's minus 410. That's what I'm staring at.
These straddles are unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Kiss me.
When I see minus 410, I'm thinking it should be more like plus 340-ish. But they're only going to give you plus 290 on the comeback. You want Cleveland, even the run line. So Cleveland, if you want to give up a 1.5, you can get 2-1 on your money.
No, I forget that game for now.
Okay.
What can we get with the Braves? Can we get
plus a 1.5 minus 146? Plus a 1.5 minus 146.
Ooh.
With men on first and second.
Let's do it. Lock it in. I'll pay the juice. We're going
to pay the juice here. We're getting the Bravos plus 1.5. We're getting the Braves plus 1.5. Let's do it.
Because we got a guy in first and second.
And second. We're getting it right now. It is. It moved to minus 150 on me. I didn't get it in time.
All right. That's fine.
But now we're talking minus 156 here.
Let's take the lead right here with Albies up.
All right. So let's put that in the chat. Let's put that in the scroll here. But listen, and
That's
you can see
the
here,
most I've ever that's the most I've ever laid. But
that is juicy. That is
yeah,
juicy.
but they're gonna score. They're gonna score more. All we need, we're down a half run, right? We got 1.5.
Yeah. And I mean, I got Albies right here.
Yeah, we may take the lead right here.
Yep. And it's minus 150 when I truly got it. So let's see.
And we got oh my what? Did he swing at that? He struck out.
All right. We got a lot of game left to go. And there's two I like.
Oh.
I'm not mad with 2 outs and then having Austin Riley needing a 2 out. You know what I mean?
That was probably a bad call. I don't think he went either.
It's interesting though with that out, with the 1 out, and this is something a lot of people are new to the show tonight. The 1 out changes that from minus 150 to minus 120. Just after the Acuna or the Alves. But now it's Riley. He's got a 1 ball, no strike count. We'll see what happens here. But the key of it is we get the run. And we've got 3 more at bats, regardless of what happens here. And the Pirates, we have the opportunity with the run line here. We have the opportunity for the Pirates to not hit in the bottom of the 9th and us to still win the bet.
Yes.
Which is the thing here. Like 7-6 Pirates victory is golden to us, and we don't got to worry about the bottom of the 9th. That's a big part of the strategy here with getting the run line. I got my man Matt sweating out this Austin Riley at bat, though. Because
Riley all game has had fastballs right down the middle, and he's just not squaring them up. Like this was another one, 97, middle, fouled it back on a 2-0 count.
Yeah, he's right on it. Minus 150 is not me. Ironically, we just bet a minus 150. He says he just took the Blue Jays at plus 325 money line.
Yeah, 150. I'm with you. Normally, I don't.
We agree. Yeah. When you said it, I was like, that's juicy. But hey, we like the Bravos. Let's see what happens here. Austin Riley now with a 3-1 count I've got. So they can load bases, get a little base knock, and we tie it up right away. So let's see what happens here.
Holder middle come right at him.
Okay, Riley did walk. All right, so we now got Matt Olson up. This is a big spot for us. We got Matt Olson up, bases juiced here, and a knock would tie the game.
You know what we say here? A hit by pitch, an error.
I don't give a damn. A balk. We need a balk to come
catch
back
interference.
After what we got last time. I don't care how it happens. Just give me Matty Olson bringing these ribeyes in.
And Matt Olson is on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's leading the NL, right, in homers?
I think he's 100 RBIs already.
Yeah, I think Ohtani is the only person ahead of him when it comes to jacks. So this is a nice big at bat here in the top of the 6th for Matt Olson. A base knock would tie this game, and remember, we're sitting plus 1.5.
Did someone from Kansas City hit a home run?
No. Yeah.
Who on
the top of the 6th there?
Salvi or Bobby Witt? Everyone else in that lineup is terrible.
It's true. It is true. Was it Salvi though? I'll let you know here. It was. No, what happened was they had a guy that was just on first, and then he went to third on a wild pitch. There was a 2-base wild pitch.
Shocker.
And then he was on third and, got forced in on a fielder's choice or a sac fly, something like that.
2-0 to Matty Olson. Let's go.
Let's go, Matty Olson. Kenny is right. Then Matt Olson can join the list with Mitch Garver as kind of the ambassador of the show. But we definitely got a little bit out of Matt Olson right here.
3-0.
And we are locked. Let's see what just happened.
Oh, I green light him here 3-0.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
He can break the game open right here.
3-0 count. Yeah, he's sitting dead red. Let's see what happens. We're locked. And this is a big part of the game because this fat part of the lineup for the Braves are only going to come back one time.
Oh, he threw him a little slider.
A little slide piece. I got a 3-1 count on Matt Olson. Let's see what happens here.
That's a good take. If you don't get your fastball, you just take it.
That's right. Yeah, you piss on it. You spit on it.
What's he gonna? He's probably gonna throw another one here.
Listen.
Block them. Let's go.
Yep. There we go. And that's how it's done. We had Braves plus 1.5 when they were down by 2. Now they're down by 1. To be quite honest, end the game. Can the skies open up in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, we got a shit bullpen against a good bullpen. We still got bases loaded.
We still have bases loaded now. Travis d'Arnaud, I believe, is next man up, right? Tom Zaffino's on it. Smokestack is on it. Viper is on it. Vamos, coño. You know what it is here on Live Lines. We've got a little while to give out our West Coast games. We're both backing starting pitchers who just got traded and their strikeout props. So that'll be a little tease.
And
they call that a tease.
My pick is a starting pitcher who got absolutely shelled last game.
And my pitcher is going against the worst offense in Major League Baseball. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'll tell you what, it's not looking good. Unfortunately, Kansas City is scoring more. It is now 6-2 Royals as Melendez, I think, went yard.
Pop out. Two bad things there in a row.
d'Arnaud popped out?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, all right. So they got us a run. What is Kansas City doing? They decided to play baseball lately.
Well, listen, that's an unearned run, though. You know, it was this error. This error did a lot right there. The wild pitch moved the guy over 2 bases, so we don't like that. Royals playing bully ball, says Smokestack.
Fuck, they're the Phillies. Damn it. Shit.
Yep. Yeah, scoring right there.
There was too many games when we first came on. There were too many games.
Right.
That I was eyeballing.
We were going around a lot of different games. The Phillies have taken a lead. They were down 2-1 going into the bottom of the 5th. They've scored 3 in the bottom of the 5th to take a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, now that ship sailed.
Yeah. Our problem point here is in Fenway, we're going to need a little bit of a comeback. You know, we were back in Boston, then all of a sudden the Royals, of all teams, have scored 3 so far in the top of the 6th. That's not our friend. The Braves are out of the 6th. They did get 2 runs, so that's now a 6-5 game. We're holding the 1.5, so we're currently winning in that one in Pittsburgh. We're currently losing big time in this one in Boston. Oh, nothing lament is on the hill for the Red Sox. I don't like that. He's thrown 35 pitches already in relief. So I will say we got the meat of the Boston order coming up in the bottom of the 6th, whenever that comes. And Singer is still in for Kansas City. So we're going to get to that Royals bullpen with their MLB worst ERA in the bullpen. We're going to get into that pen at some point. So let's hold out hope for the Bo Sox.
What's the Royals -3.5?
-3.5 is +104. You trying to get cute?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's go back to the Cubs. Let's go back to Cubs Mets, because I think you can get what you want here now.
I want it over 2.5.
So that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
Yes. We'll have 3. We'll have 2, at least 2 at bats. If we go into extra innings, we'll have 3 at bats.
Right. And I like the fact that it's tied. You know, we can get picket fences in extra innings.
What's up, Tommy boy? Can we get 2.5?
That's what I'm trying to find. They're not giving. I don't see team lines. I'm just seeing game line. I'm just seeing game totals. I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing just the Cubs isolated.
What's the game total? 6.
Game is 6.5. Even money to the over. And remember, I love those even numbers, because 3-3 is a victory in that one.
Tyone's still in. My God, can we take Mets to score next inning?
Jameson Taillon, a shot of Jameson Taillon. He is at 94 pitches.
2 outs, bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, he's at. This is going to be the end of the line for Taillon.
If we get through this half of an inning, Cubs will be dogs. Or no, they may be favorites in the bottom of the.
If we go to the top of the 8th, you mean?
We go to the top of the 8th. It should be about a pick 'em, right?
It should be just like a little Cubs money line action. That's what we got here. We got people looking at this one. But
I
that's
appreciate
still
everybody in the chat
28
throwing their
saying
numbers out.
he sees, but that's still Cubs 3.5 though. We're looking for 2.5 or 3 right now. Even at DK, you got the Cubs still at 3.5 for their team total plus money to the over. We're looking to try and get it a little bit lower. Smokestack says so. You're taking Giolito. My man Matt is taking Giolito. We'll tell you how in a little while.
Yeah, big plus numbers on Giolito. So
All right, we are out of the 7th. We are out of the 7th in Citi Field. It's
Cubs.
not. No, Cubs are minus 136 money line.
Why?
Because they know they're a better offense. And the other reason I'll tell you is because of where we are in the order, in my opinion. Cubs this inning are 9-1-2, so we're going to get through the meat of their order. We just got through the meat of the Mets order. The Mets in the bottom of the 8th are going to go 6, 7, 8. So, I think it profiles more for the Cubs to score. I like the Cubs. We all like the Cubs here, but I think that's the reason. Smokestack saying the Cubs are a great team. We love the Cubs here on Live Lines.
We missed out on the Phils and the Marlins. I had too much going on.
Definitely one you were telling me about. All right, bottom of the 6th in Fenway. We need the Bo Sox to start coming, to do a little something there.
Cleveland's still hanging on. Been trying to find a way to get on. I can never get on Cleveland.
I know. You saw Clase blow another one earlier this week?
I didn't notice that, no.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yankees on the board.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do you want to talk about that game?
Sure, but I don't like either one of these teams right now.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. The Yankees, the only good part about the Yankees right now is their bullpen. And they have a 2-0 lead. You would think they can protect it, but it's probably too juicy.
2 back-to-back strikeouts for Jimenez for the Braves. So we're almost through the 6th here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And then, we hope Atlanta can pile on, get a couple more runs there.
How about this? Maybe we get out of this funk we're in Boston. What's Boston's team total?
Okay. Boston's team total. That's an interesting approach. 3.5. Minus 166, though.
Oh, yeah, we can't find that. But I was going to like 3.5 for a minute there. We got 4 at bats. Oh, air by the Braves. Arcia.
Was it? Okay, I got the first 2 guys striking out. So you may be a little bit ahead of me. The 9-hitter is up right now.
Like he just
Martinez looks good in his in his inning of work so far. Struck out 2.
I'm surprised Cleveland is such a big favorite. I mean, it's 1-0 against a good offense.
I mean, they're 5 outs away from victory, and they've got a great pen. Isn't that the reason?
100%. But you were saying it was like 400 or something.
It was last time I checked. Now it's 4. Yeah, it's 480 minus 480. I mean, it is just one swing, right?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's.
I hear you. Someone in the chat took the Toronto money line, and I think greater than 3-1. I think it was like 330.
Yeah, that's more tempting. That's way more tempting than Cleveland at minus 480.
I hear you. I agree with that also. But I'm not touching this one though because we're 5 outs away. I'm not. I personally am not.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Through 6 in Pittsburgh.
Okay. We go to the top of the 7th. We need Atlanta. We'd like Atlanta to tack on here. It's going to be Ozuna, Pilar, and then Arcia, who went yard, I think, his last time up. So that's 6, 7, 8 for Atlanta. Elsewhere.
Oh, I hit 7 of 9 of the Phillies team bases today. Made 4 units on that game.
Nice. We always like that.
You know why I took that game, right? It was Trevor Williams on the mound, and that team had seen him more than any other pitcher on the board. And they smacked him around, like we always said.
That's another thing we always say, looking at that matchup data, as you get more and more at bats, okay, the advantage shifts, we believe at least, from the pitcher side to the hitter side. Acuna left the game after the hit by pitch. What's going on, Ramon? Ramon, our statistician, the nuggets that he gives us are great.
So furthermore,
Ramon, what up, Cody? What are our thoughts on the Angels? Cody wants to know.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in 1 second. But the other thing, the person that had the most at bats today against the opposing pitcher was Kyle Schwarber, 2 home runs.
Twice.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Ramon, let's take a look. Yes. Well, I have and we'll put it up probably in a second. I have
talk to me about it, man.
Pitcher prop.
Yep.
I don't want to say it's a long shot, but it's Giolito. We're going to do a half unit on over 7 strikeouts and a half unit on over 8 strikeouts. The over 8, I think, was 265, by the way.
Let me go back and check that.
Yeah.
You told me earlier 285.
285. Now, obviously, this isn't going to win all the time, but Giolito's averaging more than a strikeout a game, and an inning, and it goes back to what we were just talking about with batter pitcher. How many times the batter's seen the pitcher, and they haven't seen Giolito hardly at all. The Giants haven't seen him at all this year, or in their career, and the Giants, I think, are 4th or 5th in the major leagues in strikeouts.
Mm-hmm.
So it all adds up to. I think it's a good long shot. So that's what I'm going with. And I really like Dane's pick. I would have taken Dane's pick if he wouldn't have taken it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go. So, and it's hysterical, Matt, because I can literally just regurgitate a lot of the same logic, right? I'm on Max Scherzer. Remember, Scherzer's been in the National League for the last 9 years. He comes over, so there's that same Matt. Not as much matchup data. It's a new starter for the Oakland A's. But I also get the benefit of the Oakland A's being, I think they strike out the 4th most in the American League. They have the lowest team batting average in the American League. And they haven't seen him. Scherzer has also struck out 7+ guys in 8 of his last 9 starts.
Right.
Okay. I mean, and this is Max Scherzer we're talking about. This is the Oakland A's we're talking about. And then really what you overlay is that this is the first time a lot of those A's are seeing Max Scherzer on the hill. Mine's a little bit more juicy, Matt. I got it at -120, but I'm on Scherzer over 7.5 Ks. You guys know Scherzer can go out there 9, 10, 11 Ks.
I really like that.
Night. So we're both looking at these guys. What's consistent? These are guys that just got traded over to a different league, and some of the hitters are seeing them for the first time. That is really part of the strategy here. Like I always say, we're not just giving you a fish. We teach you how to fish. I got good news for people who were thinking about the Cubs. That's one we didn't pull the trigger on, but one of our guys, Manischewitz Matzo Ball Mikey Talkman, has gone yard for the Chicago Cubs in Citi Field. A home run to left center. Cubs now lead 3-2, still in the top of the 8th. And then your boy, Matt, Nico Horner, follows it up with another base knock. So the Cubs are now up 3-2 in the top of the 8th. We had talked about Cubs money line. We had talked about Cubs team total, wanting it to get to 2.5 or 3. A couple of people I saw in the chat hammered it at over 3.5, and you're right there.
Yeah, because I was wanting 3, but I think when I said 3, it was -140 or something. And I wanted it 3 at -150.
I never saw 3 on the number. I
never saw 3? Okay.
No, I saw 3.5, and we were hoping that if they got out of the inning, it might drop down to 3. I don't think we ever saw this. Okay. Hey, Matt, Cody is asking, and he leans to the Angels on the money line, which I saw earlier today at -116. I'll check again right now.
Give me 1 second. I
-112, something like that.
I put notes on everything. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, go dig it into your notes. That sounds good. I'll tell you right now, listen, we came on air telling you about ways to try to get the Cubs. We did not officially put it in the scroll, but if you were with us early, and that's the thing, you got to be with us as we kick off, because we tell you right away the things that we're eyeing, and we were definitely talking about Cubs money line. We were definitely talking about Cubs team total. I was even mentioning at one point the game total over 6.5. And if you follow the logic, if the Mets ever tie it up at 3-3, we are guaranteed to go over 6.5. You know, I always love that.
I would probably lean Angels.
Angels.
Although I think they've lost 6 in a row.
They have. Because remember, they decided to kind of buy instead of sell at the trading deadline. And then literally ever since then, I do think it is. I think you're right. I think it's 6 in a row that they've lost.
Yeah, that would go against all my principles. So I'd probably be off of it. I mean, I bet against streak, and 4 and streaks. Yeah.
For sure.
So I'd probably be off that.
All right. So we've got nobody on, 1 out for Atlanta in the top of the 7th, but currently we are winning that bet. The Red Sox have not helped us out. Kansas City's now hitting in the top of the 7th. Nobody on, nobody out. It's the leadoff hitter in the inning there. Still 1-0 Cleveland. That game in the bottom of the 8th. The Cubs have really been, I got to tell you something. The Cubs are really the team of Liveline. All right. Yeah. If you follow us, you gotta listen when we're leaning, have inklings with the Cubs. They have been delivering for us, to be sure. Even all the way back where they scored like 3 runs against Devin Williams with 2 outs in the 9th a few weeks ago. So the Cubs have been good for us. Cubs money line is something we were talking about when it was minus 112, I believe, on both sides. And now with a 3-2 lead, they go all the way to minus 430, 3-1 on the Mets coming back the other way, if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah, these games are pretty much getting late now.
They are. The Miami is a final. Marlins win 3-2. That's another one that you were looking at.
Yeah.
At one point. Cody's saying the Padres, the Fathers are interesting tonight. The Fathers.
They're against Brandon Wu tonight.
No, I've got Gilbert.
Oh, no. It's tomorrow. Wu's on the mound tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got Gilbert, Nick Martinez, and technically they're dogs on the road. It's minus 102, but technically they're dogs with Seattle at minus 116.
Yeah, I mean, snap bet is San Diego first 5. I mean, that's been a casher probably at 2/3 of the time, maybe 66% this year. Close. Okay. I mean, I'm going off the top of my head, but they kill it first 5 because you get those the meat of that lineup 3 times, and that 2 through 6 is nasty. I mean, to get those guys out 3 times, so in 5 innings. So, but I mean, I would probably lean for first 5 San Diego in that.
Unfortunately, Matt, it looks like we're on the wrong side in Fenway. Kansas City scores again in the top of the 7th. That one is now 7.
I'd rather have it be a blowout. Whatever. It's fine.
That's a fair point. If we're losing, we're losing, right? All right, so we got to get another one because we need to get back in the black here on this one.
Yeah, we're going to the bottom of the 7th. So we got to get 9 more outs in Pittsburgh. That's assuming the Braves don't score.
Yep. So that one looks decent. Cleveland's still up 1-0. I got one for you. Yankees are doing work right now. They're up 4-0. I wonder what they're giving us they're giving us 4.5 here. And this is interesting. Right now, Matt, Yanks have bases loaded with Gleyber Torres up and 2 outs. They're up 4-0. They're giving us 4.5 with the Chi Sox.
And an extra at bat.
And they're the home team, yes.
So the question is, get out of the inning. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Right. They're assuming they're baking it in. But with 2 outs, it's not like, an out can't score a run. You know what I mean?
100%. So that's basically what this comes down to. We'd be sitting pretty holding 4.5
if they get out of this inning.
But
this is almost, a prop bet. Does Gleyber Torres do anything?
You know what? We should take it if we can. It's 0-2, 2 outs. What are the chances they get a hit? 25%.
With an 0-2 count?
We should take it, right?
Yep.
You want to take it?
Yep.
Oh, it's out of the inning. And of course,
they got out of the inning. So now they're still giving you the 4.5, but now it's minus 142. I feel bad about the minus 150 and a minus 142. You know what I mean, Matt?
Well, I like Cody's number at minus 130.
Okay. All right. You want to do it?
Who's on the mound for the Yanks tonight?
Who is on the mound for the Yanks
Was it
Schmidt. And by the way, Schmidt is pitching very, very well to this point.
I see that.
Although it is only through 3 innings, you know what I mean? It's not like I think he's going to go the route like Frommer did.
Ford giving me the lead with an extra at bat is hard to walk away from.
I agree with you.
I'm going to let this is your team. I'm letting you decide this one.
The problem is the best part of this team is the bullpen.
No, right. 100%.
We got it at minus 120 on BetMGM, minus 130 on DK. FanDuel's giving you the worst number at minus 140. I like it also because Clay Schmidt's not going to no-hit this team. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, their lineup tonight.
They got White Sox have their guys. Robert Jimenez, Moncada.
They're all in there.
Benintendi.
I mean, Oscar Colas is a stud rookie. He's hitting 8. Elvis Andrews is 9. Grandal 7. Vaughn, Benintendi, Jimenez, Lou Bob.
Minus 115 on Bovada. So people are giving us decent numbers here.
I'm letting this one on you. That's your team.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Guys, if you don't mind, when you put in those numbers, if you don't mind putting the book, we appreciate that. That helps us because I don't want people. I don't want anyone thinking we're just giving shit. Good numbers.
No, for sure. I mean, first of all, anybody in the chat knows that we're doing it legit.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you, darling.
Yeah, we'll do that. And let's take the D Barnley minus 115 because that's the best of the number.
What's up, Icon? All right, we got 1 out, bottom of the 7th, 6-5 Pirates. Brad Hand with his big overhand curveball on the mound. So we need the Royals to become the Royals here real quick.
Yeah, that one. Oh, what do you know? Luis Robert starts the bottom of the 4th going yard.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's how you do it here on Live Lines. We agonize over the 4.5, but now not only did we get the lead with the 4.5, now the actual lead is 3.
We padded.
Schmidt gives up his first hit of the game, and it's Luis Robert going yard to left field. So that's how we do it. We finally had good timing on one, huh, Matt?
Austin Riley's defense in this game has been amazing. This guy can do more than hit. He's a stud.
Riley's a great player. Oh, God. Home run, Kansas City. 9-2 Royals.
Just got into this team.
Yeah. I don't know. But I will say this. I really love the timing there on the Chi Sox play, huh? How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we deserve that because we've given out winners that we've given 3 seconds late on.
Has blocked right away.
Yeah.
So this one comes back the other way. The fireworks going off in New Comiskey. It's 4-1 Yanks now. So we'll see what happens there. And you're right. The folks that were looking at the Toronto, listen, top of the 9th, Varsho led off with a single. He stole second. Clase is on the hill for the Guardians, but now man on second, nobody out, and this was still 1-0. Remember, we were looking for Cleveland, but they were offering it at like minus 450 or even worse, and we were talking about Toronto on the comeback.
So what's the money line, or is it off the board?
I am staring at for Toronto.
Yeah,
I got plus 290. So
Plus
3-1 right now for this run to come in with 1 out.
What? I have no outs.
I got 1 out, man, on second. Jansen flew out.
Jesus.
So we've got Biggio up, 1 out, man on second. A base hit would tie the game. You can get the Blue Jays now plus 310 after that out.
They're giving way too much juice to underdogs tonight. Because I like Cleveland, but I would never lay 200 or 250, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. I hear you. And look at this also is to the point that Matt was saying over shop around. Cody's saying they're plus 145 on Bet 365.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah,
where they're like 3-1.
Yeah, that makes way more sense to me.
That's a huge. I mean, but then if you like Toronto, the place to go is FanDuel, where they're giving you 3-1.
See, I would like Cleveland at like minus 130 or 120.
Faith in Class A.
Yeah, I mean, guy at second, one out, chances of him scoring are what? 3 out of 10,
something like that. Yeah, it's just shy of 35, I believe.
Yeah, so you should be getting plus
1-2 count. I don't know how much. We see it move pitch by pitch sometimes, Matty. It's a 1-2 count on Biggio.
Right.
And I think he got Biggio. In fact, actually.
This is
2 outs now. And so now everything's locked with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, see, this is again Cleveland. I've been trying to get on, but it just can't.
The numbers weren't
there.
We're
not going to force it, right, Dane? We're not going to force it.
We are not going to force it. Listen, there have been times where we do the whole show. We wind up giving out 4 bets, but if they go 3-1, they go 3-1. You know what I mean? We go to the top of the 8th in Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh did not score in the bottom of the 7th. So we are 3 Pirates outs away from that being a victory.
I think we are. I think Atlanta's 9-1-2 maybe.
Going into the top of the 8th, it is. It's going to be Harris, Wall, and then Albies.
Yeah, so let's get some runs here. We can get a guy or two on. We can get Riley. Ocuna's out of the game. Shit.
That's right. Okuna's out of the game. It's Wall in for him playing left. So it's Harris, then this guy Wall, and then the murderer's row piece of this Braves lineup. So this Braves lineup, even if they go 1-2-3, we're going to get the Albies, Riley, Olsen. We're going to get that part of the lineup one more time, no matter what.
Harris just hit it to the notch. Have you ever seen the notch in Pittsburgh?
In Pittsburgh, yeah.
It's like the notch is 410. He hit it like 400.
Wow. Ramon tells us X-rays are negative on the National League Most Valuable Player, so that's good. Freaking 9-2 in Fenway. That one got away.
Okay, so what's Boston's team total?
Okay.
We get the underbelly of a bad bullpen.
That's true. We do get the underbelly in a 9-2, but do we want to put more into the fucking Bo Sox right now?
Well, let's see what is it? 4.5? 3.5?
It is at least where I'm at on FanDuel. It's too late. Okay. They don't give team totals this late.
Yeah.
I got it, and the game total is locked also. They're giving you Boston plus 6.5 runs is what I'm getting. But if you're in the chat and you get something else, okay, there we go. Over on Bet 365, Cody's telling us team total is 3.5. 3.5.
3.5. That's what I figured. Yeah. 3 more bats. Yeah. Three more bats. We need 2 runs. I'm not down with that.
I'm not doing it, and I don't want to invest more in this one. This one got away from me. I'm okay.
Walking away. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'm okay walking away in this one. We got the home run from Luis Robert, but now we are done in the 4th. Clay Schmidt gave up another hit, so he's given up 2. That's 4-1 after 4. Remember, we're holding the White Sox plus 4.5 in that one. So right now, by the way, the Mets had an opportunity here. McNeil up, runners on the corners with 2 outs. And remember, if they do get a base hit to tie this game at 3-3, that then goes over the game total of 6.5, like we were always talking about.
Yeah, I think that was a good. Yeah, you were mentioning that earlier.
I was mentioning it. It's one of those things we talked about, but didn't officially put on the scroll because I'm over here multitasking here, as you guys know.
Exactly. You do a great job.
I appreciate the kind words there, Matty.
So the Blue Jays trying to get in. A good call was that. I don't think you said FanDuel or DraftKings was like 380 or something?
Yeah, it used to be a good call, except for the fact that Class A has shut the door
Yeah, but still, that was good value, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I hear you. But ultimately, that game is now over. The Cleveland Guardians have won that one at home against the Blue Jays. That's a 1-0 final. The Guardians, the second place team in the AL Central at 5 games under 500. The Blue Jays, the third place team in the AL East at 14 games over 500. If that gives you any context. Do you think we're going to get all of the wild cards from the East? Or no, Texas and Houston. Texas and Houston are probably there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Smokestack letting us know Giolito has lost 6 straight games. Like his team has lost 6 straight games. So maybe it's a good thing that you hopped off the Angels lean there. Remember, the Angels have also won a ton, but the Angels have lost a ton. That's a different streak there, Matt.
I looked at Giolito's stats, obviously, before I made the pick, and I wanted to go over his whip is still 1.28. He's still striking out way more than a runner an inning. Quite a bit more than one an inning. So while he's not pitching like he used to, he's not having a terrible year.
That's fair.
This year he's given up 120 hits in 130 innings, and he struck out 140 in 130 innings. So,
but if he's walking everybody, that doesn't matter.
His walks are definitely up. Oh, please stay fair. Oh, did it stay fair?
What do we got?
Oh, Albies almost hit it into the river. Just foul.
I'm watching that too. I got a 2-2 count on Albies.
Yeah, maybe about 15 feet foul.
Those things hook at the very end. Also, it's like me off the freaking tee box. It slices for days.
And I don't have Giolito to win. I have him for a strikeout.
You have a strikeout prop. If you guys are just joining us here on Live Line, shout out to the Keg channel. We put the fun in functional sports content. I know Matt likes that one. Matt is on Giolito, almost laddering him a bit. So 7+ Ks at +148, 8+ Ks at +285. Half units. Remember? Okay.
Yeah, those are half units on both.
Thank you for the extra clarification there. I'm on the Scherzer K prop over 7.5 against the paltry Oakland A's offense.
I love that.
-120. Matt said he was thinking similarly. So we'll see what happens there. Boston 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, 1 runner on. Albies I've still got with a 2-2 count.
Struck out.
Oh, he did.
So we're gonna have a little
sweat out of the top of the 8th. But honestly, like the danger here with our bet, at least, Matt, is the Braves tying it up. If we get the 3 outs in the bottom of the 8th, we have that interesting situation where then all of a sudden we don't want the Braves to score in the top of the 9th. We'd rather just end the game, get our 1.5 victory, and not risk anything like, a 3-run homer to have Pittsburgh win it in the 9th or extra innings where, those things can happen. We want to just end the game with a W. That's what we're looking at there. So those are most of these other games. I don't think there's much left here for us on these East Coast games. I mean,
so we're the favorite
again here, top of the 9th. We're already on the Braves in Pittsburgh. We're already, unfortunately, on the Bo Sox. We've talked about the Cubs and the Mets. The Cubs the Mets got out of that inning without scoring. So we're in the Cubs half of the 9th. That one is up 3-2. We talked about Philadelphia, that you liked Philadelphia. They came back with 3 in the bottom of the 5th. They still hold that 4-2 lead. We love what we did there with the Chi Sox. We've got the Chi Sox +4.5. And then as soon, literally, the next batter, Luis Robert, went yard for the White Sox. So right now we're holding +4.5. White Sox are down by 3. So we have a run cushion there. And then one game we haven't talked about. You got any thoughts on this? Brewers, we're just through 6 in Milwaukee. Brewers are up 2-1 on Colorado. We know we like the Milwaukee pen, Matt. So what I'll let you know here is Brewers are up 2-1. We just finished 6. Oh, but I'm staring at Milwaukee like -500. We don't care about that. Colorado plus 360 to come back on the comeback.
Yeah, there's
There's
not much
for
there.
me there.
No meat on the bone there.
Unless you think Milwaukee can tack on. Milwaukee covering the 1.5 would be plus
of course
154, but they're not doing that currently. That's not the way we usually play it.
It's not the way we usually play it. We like taking the better team down generally, but
I'm saying that's the only way. If someone was twisting my arm, that's the way I would be playing that one, if anything. So with that,
we got Kirby Yates in.
We've got those other games that we were talking about to get going. Angels Giants about to get going. Remember, we're on the Giolito strikeouts there. Rangers A's about to get going. We're on the Scherzer strikeouts. We're also going to have first pitch in Seattle. It's Nick Martinez for the Fathers. Matt, let us know again why you like the Padres' first 5 a bunch.
Well, when you're betting for the Padres' first 5, you're going to have to get through, Soto, Machado, Tatis, probably 3 times.
3 times.
You know what I mean? Bogarts. You're going to have to get through those guys 3 times. And once they see you a 3rd time, I mean, that's why, prior to the game, taking a run in the 5th to be scored in the 5th inning is usually a good play, especially with a team like the Padres. Yeah. So that's why. I mean, those guys see you 3 times in an hour and a half, you're kind of fucked.
Let me ask you, would you do the same thing with this Atlanta lineup that we're talking about?
Yeah, Atlanta's another good first 5 team.
Yep.
But part of that, in fairness, is not always their hitting. They have good pitching too. Where San Diego and their pitching, I mean, Musgrove and Snell and everything, but usually it's because they score runs. Atlanta could beat you either way. They could shut you out.
And to be honest, you're going to get it as a bigger minus number than you would with San Diego as well. Most days, especially because of that starting pitching, right? Like Strider on the hill or whoever's on the hill for them is going to give you even more juice to back that. I've got sort of good news for you. The Red Sox scored in the bottom of the 7th. But they're still down by 6, but, chip away. They do still have 3 at-bats. Now, Duran on second, Verdugo came in, and we got the meat of the order. Like, if they could put up a crooked number here, then all of a sudden it merits our continued attention. I'll say that.
So it looks like we're a pretty big favorite in Chicago. We're a favorite in Pittsburgh, and then we're a huge dog.
We're on our 3 bets right now. We're profiling to 2-1 right now. Rockies,
and they just walked the leadoff hitter in Pittsburgh.
Rockies tied it in Milwaukee with a leadoff homer in the top of the 7th. It was Diaz who went yard, so that's 2-2. Someone in the chat who might be ahead of us says Rockies 2 solo shots. I've seen 1 solo. I mean, this game it's 2-2. 3 of the 4 runs have been solo shots in this game in Milwaukee, which is not really a hitter's ballpark. I will say that.
Well, we got out of the 5th. Is that the 5th or 6th in Chicago?
They're out of it. I see Bader up with 2 outs, so they got out of it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So this is interesting here. We walked the first guy in Pittsburgh. We need to roll double play. Rivera's up, and Rivera's been looking good since he came over from the Pirates to the Pirates.
Yeah. Rivas is up. Yeah, Rivas is up, and Brian Hayes. Charlie Hayes' son. I love me some Charlie Hayes as a Yankee fan. The man caught me the last out of the 96 World Series. I remember it like it was yesterday. Wade Boggs on the horse walking around the warning track.
Yeah.
Nationals tied it, by the way.
Kirby Yates is throwing 94-mile-an-hour fastballs.
90 Nationals with 2 runs in the top of the 7th. They have tied it with a 2-run shot.
That's interesting. What's the Phillies? That Phillies money line will be out of control. Sure.
Unless like Washington gets another runner on here in their half of the 7th, But you are right.
Rivas went right down the line, just foul.
Thank you. Tell me it went foul. Thank you.
Oh, by
Colorado takes the lead.
that was foul
Maybe,
by 2 inches.
Whoever said it in the chat, your stream is way quicker than mine. D-Money.
Hey, what's up, D-Money?
Yo, your stream is super quick, my friend.
Kirby Yates is fooling nobody. I mean, he's washed. He used to be real good.
He used to be.
Wow. 95 middle.
But listen, things that are roped foul lead to an 0-2 count. So let's go.
Yeah.
Listen, you say you don't care. You'll take the catcher's interference. I'll take the strike as a strike if he can get the punch out or a ground ball, to be quite honest.
All right, let's add on in Chicago here.
I would like that. We also have another runner on for the Nats. So what if I told you it's locked here, but Philly may pop up again, with a palatable number here, Matt. But we got people in the pen saying how bad the Phillies pen is. D-Money, yes sir, Dane, gotta be ahead to stay ahead. You know what it is, D-Money. If you see something, say something. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. That's what the syndicate does, D-Money. If you see something, say something. The Keg Chat Conglomerate, all reasons why you tune in here to Live Lines. Right now, that Boston play looks horrible for us. The White Sox play looks good for us. And right now, although there's a little bit of a sweat still involved, we're holding on decent with the Bravos.
We need 2 more outs here. Let's get a double play ball.
The Astros have the bases loaded with 1 out in the top of the 9th, down by 3, and Kyle Tucker up right now.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
That's probably locked, though, right?
It probably is. Your boy Yates got the strikeout, I think, right?
Yeah. I don't know how. It was right down the middle. He took it.
It is not locked right now. What if I told you that you can get 5-1 for the Astros right now? Bases loaded, 1 out, down by 3.
If Jordan was up, I would probably jump
Kyle
on it.
Tucker, listen.
I know.
Tucker is no slouch.
I know. Jordan is just clutch, though.
Yeah, I mean, a double ties the game. He goes to the warehouse. We got the lead. I'm not saying I do it, but at plus, I see Smokestack saying it's plus 350 on BetMGM. I'm staring at plus 510 on FanDuel. That's worth a quarter of it. That's worth a little flyer.
But even if he doubles and it's tied, you still may lose next inning. You know what I mean? That's the problem.
Yeah,
Home run.
But plus 510 is pretty nice. D-Money telling me Tucker's hitting almost 300. He's got 19 jacks on.
I mean, like a quarter unit. I would say
a quarter unit. I'm not going to do it, but I'm saying I wouldn't be mad at you if you did.
By the time you put it in anyway, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just my luck, right? By the time I put it in, it'll be locked.
I mean, a quarter unit I wouldn't complain about really much. But
more importantly, though, I want to get this out in Pittsburgh.
We need this out in Pittsburgh, yes.
Because we got a man on second here, 2 outs. I got a 1-0 count.
He bunted him over. We got a Alika Williams. He's like a Punch and Judy,
right?
Jeff
I just
McNeil
don't want to
type.
Single, He's 0 for 3 on the night. I've got it as a 1-1 count. Still with your boy Kirby Yates.
1-2.
Okay, even better. Look at that. You were talking shit about Kirby Yates. He might strike out the side almost in this one.
I don't know how it would happen, but I would take it.
Listen.
Struck him out.
Did he really?
Let's go, Kirby. With the high heat.
All of a sudden, that is a Kirby Yates fan. Vamos, coño.
94 up top.
Oh, yeah. Fucking stinky cheese, right? That's like moderate. That's not even cheese these days. Dudes are throwing like splitters at 94 these days. Oh, Tom Zaffino says boom. Don't tell me it was Kyle Tucker. Tom Zaffino, are you ahead of me on Houston?
He might be talking about Pirates.
Okay. If Kyle Tucker does something here, I'm going to be so pissed off.
Yeah, what can you do? I mean, like I said, a quarter unit, like you can't be mad either way. I mean, if I'm $1,000 better, a quarter unit's a lot, but I'm like,
Right.
I bet a couple $100 a game.
Right.
You know
No,
what I mean? So that wouldn't kill me, but to lose 250, being down 3 or like, you know what I mean? That would be a kick in the balls.
Right.
All right, so we're through 8. So we need basically the Braves to not
We
score.
need the Braves to go quietly in the 9th.
And it'll be Bednar. I think
Get
Bednar
the
has
F out of here. Holy shit.
he hit a home run.
Kyle Tucker grand slam. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
You cannot be serious.
That is crazy.
You cannot be serious, Matt.
That
Ain't that a bitch? I literally told motherfuckers plus 510.
yeah, what are you gonna I mean
That's wild. Smokestack over here. D Money, everybody saying it. Listen,
that's a
hopefully
tough
you put
one.
it in for quarter of unit. Hopefully you put it in for a quarter unit. But we just listen, honestly, our job here, Matt and I's job, is to surface the opportunities, right? Illuminate the opportunities. I didn't get it myself. I'm kicking myself that I didn't have time to log in and do it. But hopefully, some of y'all in the chat here on Live Lines just are happy right now because all of a sudden your 510 is up by a run in the 9th.
Well, to your point, I think a main thing that our job is to find value. And there was value, and you did. There was value there. Now that only hits 5% of the time, right?
Yes. However,
But
Matt,
the value was there, is what I'm saying.
yes, and I'm going to tell you the truth. To Smokestack's point in the chat, look at this. Now I'm staring at Baltimore plus 630, and I'm telling you the truth, okay? I didn't do it, but if you click submit and got that plus 510, I honestly, Matt, right now, I would take Baltimore on the money line at plus 620 or whatever and just lock it up. This way, I got 510 on one side, I got 610 on the other, and then I ain't got to watch the game anymore.
But 510, as great of a call as that is, that's only a unit and a quarter you won.
If you put a quarter of a unit on it, yes.
Right, exactly.
Which is what we were advocating for.
Well, right, exactly.
To me, honestly, what this is this is just great content. We got to all tell Keg, clip this motherfucker, and put it out on social because that's what we're doing here on Live Lines.
That's what we need. We need to be clipping.
Oh my God, I'm staring at plus 510. Wouldn't it be cool if Kyle Tucker went to the warehouse and then boom, this motherfucker hits a grand slam?
But like going back to what Smokestack says, plus 575 is huge value. It should be plus 2.
Oh, on the Orioles comeback?
80,
yeah.
280. I mean, for the Orioles, a half an inning is worth a run. No, an inning is worth a half of a run for the Orioles. So, I mean, the chances of them getting one run in the bottom of the 9th are probably, I mean, I would say the value is plus 250.
6, 7, 8 in the Baltimore lineup coming up, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely value on the comeback, too. You know what I mean? So that's a good call by him.
I'll knock it up. D Money saying it's beer time. Let's go. Gerardo Hernandez, what up? Says, what's up, Twatty? What's up, Dane? Angry Stepdad says, much like the Keg Cast, I just bet everything you guys say. So
that's good.
You also just bet plus 510 and now bet Baltimore like plus 6 whatever on the comeback or 575 wherever you get it.
Okay, so we are 2 outs away in Pittsburgh of our first win.
2 outs away in Pittsburgh.
Boston is probably going to be in
probably.
Leadoff hitter for the Yanks got on. We're holding
Yanks, nobody out one on.
Holding a run.
Remember, we now have a cushion. We now got a run cushion in that one. So we'll see about that.
Looking good. They just walked Olsen.
Ain't that a bitch?
One guy on.
Kyle Tucker, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, that was a good call with value. It was almost plus 600. I mean,
yeah. It was a great call by me. Too bad I didn't bet the damn thing myself. That's all I'm saying,
Yeah.
We do what we
And the
can.
reason I think it was a good bet, like you can't put a full unit. Like Dane said, put a quarter unit on it.
I did say
that
quarter
makes more
unit.
sense.
I did say quarter unit.
Yeah.
Did say quarter unit. We can't get mad. Cubs win. Cubs win.
Yeah,
Why
I was trying to get team total 2.5 for a half hour.
We never got there. We never got there though.
Never got there.
It was 3.5 the entire time, and to be quite honest, it never got over the 6.5 because the Mets didn't do their.
Oh my God!
But we did talk Cubs money line. What happened? Did Darno go yard?
First and third, 1 out. Second and third, 1 out. How about a backdoor beat, like in football?
Well, honestly, we were on the brave side. So, like, how about they just put up a crooked number here and it's fine? We were looking for the easy way, which is them just going 1, 2, 3 and us ending the game right here, right? But we are on the brave side.
I mean, we're still a huge favorite, but still.
We're on the brave side. So, listen, if they want to go 1, 2, 3, I'm cool with it. If they want to reel off and score 4 runs here, I'm not mad at that either, you know? 2 outs in the top of the 6th here for the Yankees. The only problem is all rise for the Judge, who's up. I would love to get through Aaron Judge without, because there's a man on here. So I'm not happy about that. We want to get through Judge here.
Bednar was lights out. He's been struggling. I think he's still under 2 ERA, but I think he's blown 2 or 3 saves now, and he's about to blow another.
I have Darno doubling down the line, second and third, 1 out now for Ozuna.
Yeah.
But listen, again. Remember, we're on Atlanta plus 1.5.
They got him in a pickle.
Oh, do they?
So they grounded to third. Olsen tried to come home. Key Bryant threw him out at the plate. So 2 outs, guy on third.
2 outs, guy on third. All right. So either they get out of the inning and we win. If they score the tying run, then remember, unless it's a home run to win it for a multiple run home run for Pittsburgh to win it, a solo walk-off is fine for us even, if Atlanta does in fact tie it.
Yeah, we're still at 85%.
I'm not mad at that. They walk Judge to get to Torres, first and second, 2 outs there for the Yankees.
We're still 85% favorite, I would say, in this Atlanta game.
I agree. We were just looking for the quick and easy way out. You know what I mean?
All right.
So you're
base hit tied up.
How about that? All right. So you're on the Atlanta game. I'm gonna go over to the Yankees.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh God, I don't like that tone of voice there.
I mean, again, we're rooting against our team. It's always bad mojo, right?
It is. That's true. That's true. But you said Pilar got a knock here. He tied it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're tied at 6. We go to RCR. Remember, he has gone yard in this game so far. So we'll see about that. But remember, we're holding Atlanta plus the 1.5. So any kind of if Pittsburgh were to win in the bottom of the 9th or in any of the extra innings, if they do it by 1 run, which is the most likely outcome, the only thing that does it is a home run to win it with a man on base. Otherwise, we're in good shape. 0-1 count on Gleyber Torres. This is a big spot for our Chi Sox bet. Base hit would score a run for the Yankees, but Gleyber Torres I've got now sitting with an 0-2 count against Cronin.
I actually think, on another note, that the Pirates should have traded Bednar. We were getting good offers for Bednar, and we have a good eighth inning guy. We could have moved right into the spot. I mean, people were offering their number 2, number 3 prospect for this guy.
Yeah, any kind of good arm would have been good because you're not actually going to the playoffs, winning anything. So those relievers you can kind of churn.
Yeah.
Giolito 1 strikeout in the top of the 1st, just so you know.
Okay.
So kind of on pace for that.
I'm hoping if I can get 6 full, I should get at least that plus. I should get that 7.
At 7, yeah. Yep. 0-2 count on Gleyber. Colorado, Milwaukee tied at 3, by the way. We haven't touched that game much. Colorado with their big shout out to D Money, whose feed is lightning quick. I don't know, like D Money, do you like work for Verizon or something? How did that happen? Are you at the game? Maybe that's the other way that you can get ahead of it. D Money though, let me know what your
Arcia, let's go.
What do you got?
Arcia, base hit. Oh, they're just sending everybody.
So that gives the Braves the lead. I got more good news for you. Gleyber Torres struck out. So the Yankees are through in the 6th inning. So we go to the bottom of the 6th here. Yankees are up 4-1. Remember, we're holding Chicago, but we're holding them plus 4.5 runs. So we got through that. We got through that jam. So
that lean I gave Cody isn't looking real good. Although Cody knows baseball, he wouldn't blindly kill me. No, maybe it wasn't Cody. It was somebody on that Padres. I said first 5. It looks like the Mariners are going to strike early. It's early.
It's early, but they do have I've got a runner on 3rd and 1 out. But if Martinez could get a strikeout here, he's got a 2 strike count on Eugenio Suarez.
Julio Rodriguez caught stealing 2nd. Why are you stealing 1st and 3rd with no outs? What are you doing?
I agree.
I guess you stay out of the double play, but
that's not.
Yeah,
he did strike out Suarez also. So now you got 2 outs. So maybe Seattle does not score in this inning. All right. But to reset the deck on the things that we're talking about here.
Good news. Most
places. We've kind of already, given up on the Bo Sox. They go to the bottom of the 9th in Fenway. They need 6 runs to tie. That one is probably a loss. The Yankees did not score in the top of the 6th. They maintained their 3-run lead. Remember, we got Chicago plus 4.5. And the Atlanta Braves have scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th. So we now have the Atlanta Braves plus a 1.5, and they're up 8-6. Since we've made that bet, the Braves are winning 5-0. Since we said we liked Atlanta, they've scored 5 runs. The Pittsburgh Pirates haven't done squadouche. D Money says strike him out, throw him out in the Father's Seahawks.
Oh, okay. Good. Cool.
That's what that one was. Scherzer yet to get a strikeout, but we're only in the 1st inning on that one. And, Scherzer can strike out the side on any given inning, especially against that A's lineup. I'm not worried about the Scherzer bet, even when I'm in the 4th inning. The other part I like about Scherzer is that he's one of the few guys still left that will go 7-8 innings in a start. It's not like with a lot of these guys, they go 6 and then they're done.
Yeah. Don't let him go.
Bulldog. He will go 7 or 8, giving you more opportunities for those strikeouts.
Yeah, he gets 10 to 15 more pitches than the average pitcher.
Exactly.
The average pitcher is 95. Don't let him go. Don't let him go 110.
He'll go 110.
15. Yep.
Corey H says Scherzer's cooked. Yeah, I mean, you're wrong, Corey. We'll see.
I mean, in comparison to what he was, but he's still good.
Yeah, but I still think. Listen, I gave it up before. 7 or more strikeouts in 8 of his last 9 starts.
Yeah.
And the other thing for me. The other part for me here, Corey, you say, or he just quit on the Mets. That's also possible. There's a lot of quitting in Flushing going on. The other thing for me, Corey, just to give you kind of behind my rationale, I mentioned it before. With him going back over to the American League, as Twatty goes to do another bump or something, as he goes back to the American League, these guys have not seen him as much. So we'll see. And thank you. Scherzer did get the strikeout to end the inning. Thanks, D Money. So that's the first one. I'm just looking for a strikeout an inning, like Matt says. We get a strikeout an inning, strikes out the side or something like that in 1 inning. We're good to go. I think Scherzer can go 7. That nets you 7, and then somewhere along the way, 2 strikeouts in an inning. This is also, if you think about it, in the 1st inning. We get, and I hate that I'm saying this about the Oakland A's, for goodness sakes, but you get the best part of the Oakland A's lineup, the guys least likely to strike out. So 2nd and 3rd innings, when we get that bottom, that's when we might get that 2 strikeout inning, strike out the side, something like that. Boston, pretty much done. We're going to go and watch this bottom of the 9th in Pittsburgh. That's going to be where it is. And, if they... Twatty's back. He just, I don't know, ripped the bong hit or something. But
So while we have a little break, I'll tell everyone why Mr. Nuditown.
Give me the name story. Yes, sir.
It's not even really that funny, but what I love to go out. I go out like 3 or 4 times a week. You know what I mean? And I used to I still use this line that I'm new to town. It's a great line when you're trying to talk to a bartender, right? I'm new to town, and then I can say, "Oh, where do you go? What do you do? Can you take me there? Let's go, show me around." Well, I was doing a live with Keg, and this is when Keg and I just started. Like we had like 5 to 8 watchers every night,
right?
And I went to 3 different bars, and I said it to the same person while we were live, the same bartender while we were live on air, and he heard it while we were live. And he says real loud on the phone, because we were live, he's like, "Man, you're not from Pittsburgh. You've lived there 28 years. And of course, the bartender hears this. Right. And obviously, I had at that point, 0 chance because she caught me in a lie.
The cover was blown.
But yeah, but every time I would go out and talk to a new bartender, that was my line. "I'm new to town. Show me around, this and that." And so that's how I got the name.
Okay. I'm not mad. We can learn a little something from Matt here. I'm new to town. Hey, want to show me around? Want to show me the sights? Want to show me the 4 walls of your bedroom?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Corey.
Corey said he was one of the 5 people watching that show.
And D Money was there too. And
Ramon says he was there. Everyone says
a little bit before Ramon, but yeah.
They were there. How about that? It's like everybody was in the building when this happened. White Sox got a man on second. Benintendi double. So we'll take that. If the White Sox can, come on back and score another run, that's just a nice little cushion for us. And then listen, our pivot point right here is we're in the bottom of the 9th in Pittsburgh. All right. And to lay it out here with the Braves plus 1.5, Braves win this game. Cool. Pirates come back to win 9-8. Cool. Again, all we gotta avoid is this idea of, a multiple run shot that gives the Pirates the win. And by the way, just so everybody knows, it is a final in Camden Yards. And the Houston Astros did, in fact, win that game 7-6 on the strength of a Kyle Tucker grand slam in the top of the 9th. And if you were with us, maybe you got it for a quarter of a unit. Corey Waddy live from the bar used to be great on a Sunday or Monday night.
The problem was I kept buying these noise-canceling earphones.
Yeah, I have those for my 9-month-old, my infant. I gotta have those.
Yeah, but I could never fucking figure them out. So every time I was at the bar, everyone could hear what was going on. Like I couldn't
ambient background noise and shit.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to cancel the surround noise. So, like, Keg's like yelling at the screen, trying to talk over the music in my background. You know what I mean?
Or what you got to do, Matt, is when you talk to the bartender, you got to be like, "Listen, I'm doing a show. Maybe we should actually broadcast live from this place. Would you have any interest in that?"
There's a spot that, that's all.
You were saying, right?
We'll put that on the back burner.
All right, fair enough. Listen.
Yes.
I used to, in a different time, when I was talking more fantasy, me and some former colleagues used to think about offering a package at gentlemen's clubs,
right?
Where you would hold your draft there, and we would give you live analysis of the draft as it was going down. But that's besides the point. D Money, congrats, D Money. Big shout out to you. Get some sleep now. Because you ain't gonna get it later.
Sweet.
And my only thing is my back is killing me, bro. My back is killing me from carrying this baby all the time. But other than that,
that's awesome, D Money.
Yeah. So big shout out to you, D Money.
2 outs in Pittsburgh.
Is saying, Matt, that you need to explain the hot tub in the apartment. What you got for me there, bro?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. We'll save that for another.
We'll save that one for another day.
Fair enough. We've got 1 out in the bottom of the 9th.
Let's add on in Chicago.
Good news there. We've got runners on the corners in Chicago with 1 out. So they get another run there. I got Moncada up. They get another run there. That only helps us even more. They're down to their last out in Fenway. That one looks like, unfortunately, a loss. But we, to be sure, if you saw that, we've got them. That's a plus 124 bet. So, we were taking kind of a dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, yo, D-Money, I'm not joking, man. The back is killing me. The carrying, the in and out of the damn crib and stuff. What am I going to do? Just drop them in? I got to, be gentle with it and shit, But, hey. It's a different topic. I'm over here talking about putting babies in cribs. Matt's over here talking about hot tubs in apartments. So hey, you figure out what life you want to be leading right now.
But listen, we could have a lot of fun, but the problem is we have to be so quick with these effing games.
I know.
You know what I mean?
But at the bar, we'd have all the games on different screens. Kind of really in front of us.
You just gave me a really good idea. What's up, Gavin? I'll ask maybe for next Tuesday that my favorite spot. First off, the waitresses are amazing, and I can get them to come on. And they have a fire pit section with the TVs outside. Nice. You just gave me a really good idea on that.
And then what you got to do is we can have the staff come on. We can give their picks. We can tail or fade some of the employees. It could be fun.
Yeah, that was a great idea, actually.
And to be quite honest, Matt, it really helps some of the conversation we were having with Keg before the show started.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
So I think that's interesting as well. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th in Pittsburgh. Man on base and Kutch up right now. Also,
we just don't want a home run here from Kutch.
Correct. A pitching change in Chicago.
What's that on?
Schmidt is out. Still runners on the corners, 1 out. So if we get a run in, make that 4-2, that one looks even better.
They walk Kutch.
Reynolds goes to second on defensive indifference. That doesn't matter to us either. I've got a full count on Kutch.
They walked him. So I'll take an out or a home run.
And a home run is okay. A home run at this point is okay. 9-8 Pittsburgh is okay.
A double will kill us.
Angels looking good here. Angels 4 runs in the bottom of the first here.
That was my lean. I couldn't pick them because they're on a 6-game losing streak.
I hear you. The more important part here is Giolito, 1 strikeout
through 1.
The Rangers scored a run in the top of the first. They give Scherzer the lead early on. I was going to tell you, I didn't actually do it because I thought I was trying to get too cute. The Scherzer prop, along with Texas in the first 5, would have got you up to plus 165, and the Rangers do take a 1-0 lead in that one.
We are officially 0-1 for about a minute.
In Pittsburgh?
No, we're officially 0-1. We lost the Sox.
Yeah, the Sox game. Okay. I've considered that one. And to be honest, Boston finished with 3 runs. So remember at one point we were toying with that Boston team total at 3.5. We did not do it. And so that was good to kind of, cut our losses in Fenway Park. So that's pretty good. Dodgers get a run. Kiki doubles. Peralta scores there. Dodgers get a run. They take a 1-0 lead in Arizona. Angels finally out of the first inning. They put up 4 in the bottom of the first.
Looks like someone from the White Sox made an out.
That's okay if the run comes in.
It didn't.
Moncada struck out.
Now it's
Moncada struck out. You're right
first
there.
and second, 3 balls, 2 strikes in Pittsburgh. Can we just end this game?
These are games we haven't talked about much, but we've got something that I would love to discuss with you conceptually here. We got a tie game in the 8th in Philly, right? Tied at 4 in the bottom of the 8th. Similarly, we're tied at 3 in the bottom of the 8th in Milwaukee. I ask this because those kinds of games, you have a great potential to get to extras.
Right.
And in extras, with the Manfred man on second base to start it off, you really have that run expectancy. Man on second, nobody out. I believe it's 51% for a run to score.
Yeah, about 50%. Yep.
And so you get the potential for the picket fence and the game to zoom over the total that you get in the 8th inning. So.
And frankly, you've done that many times in the last 5 weeks.
I have. So,
Yeah.
for example, right now, Colorado, Milwaukee, we're tied at 3. They're hanging 7.5. Okay. So anything other than a 4-3 final is a victory to the over, and so that's the way I like to play it, thinking that we could get a run in the top of the 10th, we could get a run in the bottom of the 10th. In addition to one of these teams putting up a crooked number before extra innings even happen. So interesting to think about. Unfortunately, 2 strikeouts in a row in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's still 4-1 Yankees going into the 7th. But again,
Pirates
game's
game's over though, so we're officially 1-1.
That game finished?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Braves win 8-6. That's a victory put on the board. So right now
we're holding a 1.5 cushion or a run cushion.
We're 1-1. We've got a 1-run cushion in Chicago. Let's start looking at some of these because I don't think there's much. I mentioned the tie game in Philly, the tie game in Milwaukee. If you want to play those with the theory of, we're going to get more runs, like I said, they're holding the 7.5. So you win in Milwaukee unless it is a 4-3 final. Similarly, in Philly,
I like the Philly game to have more runs than that Brewers game.
And the Brewers one?
Yeah, so what is it, 9.5?
I got it locked. If anybody in the chat lets us know, at least what I'm staring at is locked in the bottom of the 8th in Philadelphia. Maybe there's a pitching change, something like that.
So we would need, but the problem is we need 2 runs and 3 at-bats in Philadelphia.
If they're hanging,
they
are hanging 9.5.
I'm sure they are.
I think that's what it would be. But
And it'll be 7.5 in Milwaukee.
It is. It is 7. At least they're offering the 7.5. But the juice is to the under. Over 7.5 in Milwaukee is even money. So outside of those tie games in the 8th inning, we've got the Yankees-White Sox game, which we're already on with with the White Sox plus 4.5. We are a big favorite to win that one right now, Matt, because right now the plus 3.5 is minus 148.
Yeah. Yeah. Giolito, 2 Ks through an inning and 2/3.
We like that.
So we're on pace-ish, I guess.
Scherzer has 1 K in 1 inning because we're still in the top of the 2nd in Texas. Texas has already scored a run, and they have 2 men on with 2 outs. Marcus Semien is up for them. Scherzer's pitched 1 inning. He's got 1 strikeout. I feel fine about that. We're on pace. So let's look at some of these late night games that we haven't really talked about. We've given out strikeout props for the Angels and the Rangers, but what we've got here, Angels way ahead, 4-0. Interesting if you want to try to get maybe San Francisco. You can get San Francisco plus the 4.5, Matt.
Oh.
It's at minus 138. But
hey, I don't think we've missed on that spot really yet when we've given ourselves the lead.
We've done that a lot. We've done that a lot. That's been one of the ways. I would say that and team totals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are I think kind of the tried and true kind of cornerstone of the way Matt and I are approaching live lines so far. Those kind of big inflated run lines when you have something of a, on the verge of a blowout, and also looking at team totals in a similar situation, getting to what I love to call the rough underbelly of the bullpens. So that being said, if you want to do it in Philly,
what's the Angel?
At 9.5. If you want to do it in Milwaukee, it's 7.5.
Yeah,
I'm looking to see what the Yankees can do. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, what's the Angels team total?
Okay, fair. Are you looking to go under it?
Well, we got the under. We're probably going to get the underbelly here in a couple innings.
Good point. Good point. Let me get that up for you.
No way we can get 6.5 now. It'll be 7.5 probably.
Let me Angels team total that I see. My computer's on a delay right now. We don't like that.
No worries.
Angels team total.
Could be
7.5.
7.5. What's the juice?
Minus 118 to the over. Not bad.
That's really not. I mean, we're probably lose the 9th. So we get the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. We got 6 at bats to get. Would you say it was 6.5 or 7?
7.5. 7.5. We need 4 more.
4 more in 6 innings. I'm not.
We need 4 more.
Huge fan of that.
Me neither. So there's the Giants Angels. We just talked about that. We're going to the bottom of the second in Oakland. Remember, I need Scherzer to start striking some guys out. The 2 other games, we're still scoreless in Seattle. You were talking about the Father's first 5. We're through 2. We're through 2 in Seattle. We're still scoreless. To your point, the Padres lineup will flip over again in the top of the 3rd. We're going to get Hisap Kim, Tatis Soto. We're going to get those guys, the Machado, Bogarts, the Cronenworths of the world. They're coming back around. And I say that to mean we'll probably get their 3rd at-bat within the first 5 as well.
We got 2 outs in Chicago.
What's up?
2 outs top of the 7th in Chicago, so we hopefully get through the 7th there.
And I got an 0-2 count on IKF.
Okay. All right.
We get out of that, then we are 6 outs away from a victory there. I want to give the people something else, though. I don't want to go.
I don't know if we hit that. We're 2-1,
but we don't want to force it.
Yeah, I mean, if this comes in and we're a big favorite, we're 2-1, and that'd be 5 of 6 winning weeks with 1 break even.
This is true. I mean, listen, can't go broke making a profit, right?
But
Dexter says Giants 4.5. What do you think about the Giants plus 4.5?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we just talked about. But again, I had a lean towards the Angels at the beginning of the game, and the Angels are probably not going to bat in the 9th.
And to be honest, I just saw it drop to 3.5.
So while I like that number to give us to jump ahead and give us the lead, the Angels are going to have an extra at bat, which is worth the half a run. That's we're going to be leading.
They wouldn't hit it in the bottom of the 9th.
I like it, but I'm very greedy and stingy.
I hear you. Texas, Oakland. We got Scherzer on the hill in the bottom of the 2nd. I need strikeouts. First guy flew out, so we'll see what happens there.
I'm surprised that first off, they have 5 hits. The Rangers have 5 hits, only 1 run. We really haven't got on the Rangers. I mean, J.P. Sears is probably the Athletics' best pitcher. Is that fair? I mean, they're terrible.
Relatively speaking, sure.
I mean, they're getting hits. I mean, what's the Rangers team total?
I'll bring that up for you. The other thing I do want to say, Brian Smith in the chat says it is a bullpen day for the Giants.
Yeah.
Junis is getting the start, but he's like more of an opener, they're saying. So we'll see what happens here. Ohtani, by the way, up right now with a man on 2nd and 1 out. So
what was the Rangers team total?
The Texas team total, I'll get that for you in a second.
What's up, Brian? What's up, Dexter? Smoke, Viper, D-Money.
Hell yeah.
Cody.
We appreciate you guys. The Texas team.
We're growing.
Sure are. The Texas team total I got is 4.5.
4.5.
Minus 130.
7 at bats. 4 runs and 7 at bats. So that's about right. Although that is against Oakland. They should do that.
They should, and the game remains tight. We got out of the inning in Chicago, by the way.
All right, can we add on or what?
Yeah, sure, let's do it. 7-8-9 though for Chicago.
All right, so 2 guys get on. They're on base for the meet.
Flip it over, yeah, for sure. There's not much calling me right now. By the way, we're again those tie games. Still tied at 4 in Philly. Still tied at 3 in Milwaukee.
Like, what are the money lines just for the 2 better pens to close it out? The Brewers and the
in those tie games.
I mean, they're probably in the 200s.
The Brewers are not. The Brewers are minus 156. They are the home team.
Just to win?
Money line.
Yeah. What about the Phils?
I got that locked. I'm not getting anything in Philly.
I mean, I would like the Brewers at 130.
It's now 136.
I mean, we're
They're the home team. They're the better.
Yeah,
we got Williams on right now.
they're the better team, and they definitely have the better pen.
They've got Devin Williams on the bump right now.
Yeah, he won't come out in the 10th probably.
Right. This is a play on Milwaukee winning it in the bottom of the 9th. Let me see. Milwaukee will have 4, 5, 6 coming up.
Man, we can't get anyone in the chat see a better number.
Anybody got a better number? I'm staring at FanDuel.
120. I know said 130.
126. If anybody can see it at Bovada at DK 365.
What do you think, Dane? 125? We should nab it, or?
By the way, the Nats just hit a home run.
Okay.
They're up now 5-4 in the top of the 9th. So we'll see about that.
That's good because I would have been leaning Phils in that game. But I was more interested in the Brewers.
Yep. And
the Rockies.
The leadoff hitter for the Rockies walked.
So
we may
plus money
118.
What is
118.
it? Minus 118.
Minus still, yeah. 118.
What did we get? 15 cents on that.
On
One game I think we got, was it like 40 or 90
on the base runner. It's fluctuating now. I'm seeing 116. You guys, if you got other numbers out there, hit us up in the chat. Let us know.
Now I want plus 105.
Right, because they got the base runner, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Scherzer is out of the second inning. Did not strike anybody out in the second inning, though. So,
what are our late game? What's our late game record
on those props? I've got us at 8-4 in those. I've got us, just so that you know, everybody, through 5 shows. Am I right? 5 shows?
5. We took 2 weeks off.
Yep. So right with the All-Star game, and that's on July 4th, I think it was. So I've got our live bet record at 13-6, 7 games over. I've got our props in plays for the West Coast at 8-4. You add those up, we're talking 21-10.
And that's not counting our 2-1 so far, or 1-1 tonight.
Yeah, true. That is not counting that. Do not jinx it and call it 2-1 just yet.
I didn't get it all the way out.
Fair enough, because we're in the bottom of the 7th in Chicago. Still plenty of time for stuff to happen. We do have a run cushion, though. And just to recap that one, as you can see on the scroll, we got it White Sox plus 4.5. It's currently White Sox plus 3.5, and even that is minus 210.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get the Yankees minus 3.5 covering that plus 152, but that's getting too cute in my opinion.
No. What's the juice on it?
Plus 152. And then a 4-run Yankee victory would be the middle.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Smokestack says at BetMGM, the Brewers are now plus money.
That's what I wanted, plus 105.
And one
now there's an out.
One out, one on.
Want to do it? Because I was going to take 105 with nobody on, or with no outs. Now there's 1 out.
Okay. I mean,
plus 105 for the Brewers to win the game. Yeah,
I'm down.
Okay, let's
down.
do it.
Let's do it. Just to give you guys the range here, at FanDuel it's minus 160.
Yeah, so no Smokestack. I'm sure. Oh, he said that he did give the book too.
Smokestack's at BetMGM.
Yeah, we got to take that.
All right, let's do it.
That's 65 cents value. I mean,
all right, we'll do it. Let's do it. We like Milwaukee here. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna make it official. We'll do it because we got the out here. Let's do it. Let me take this off. And now we got something to follow here. Milwaukee plus 105.
1 out, 1 on.
Was it Bet365? Where was it?
BetMGM.
BetMGM.
Thank you, Smokestack.
king of sports books.
So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes. Count 1 out, 1 on in Milwaukee. So we're still sweating that. 2 outs now.
We got 2 outs. Montero struck out.
We got a guy on first, 2 outs
in Chicago. Yep. So what I'm thinking here, Matt, you let me know. We're at 10:20, at least here on the East Coast. So I think when the White Sox and the Brewers game comes to its conclusion, that'll probably be the end of live lines for tonight.
It'll probably be like a quarter to 11, but I'm cool. If you're cool.
Yeah, that works. That works for me.
Yeah,
that works for me. So we need the White Sox did not score in the bottom of the 7th. So they
didn't score.
We need 6 more outs from the Yankees to get us a almost home free there. We've got 2 outs in Milwaukee. Castro is up as a pinch hitter. And then in the Milwaukee half of the bottom of the 9th, we're going to have Taylor, Monasterio, and Weimer. So 4,
7, 8,
5,
9.
6. 2 of those guys, the last 2 guys are 2 for 3 on the night. And a walk-off there from Milwaukee will get us home with a victory. Yeah, I'm staring. What was minus 160 is now minus 196.
Okay. So we're $1 better almost.
So it's moving because of that second out.
We just got to keep the ball in the ballpark here with 2 outs in Milwaukee.
Exactly. And we go to the bottom of the 9th in Philly. Philadelphia needs a run, but they got the top of the order. Schwarber, Castellanos, and Harper. Harper has got yard already today. Can
we get like plus 250 or something?
It was all locked up for me. It's still all locked up for me, at least at my books. So we'll see. Smokestack says BetMGM has really good value live. That's a beautiful part. Shop around here. Shop around. I can only handle so much right now. I can only go to like 1 book at a time. We are out of the top of the 9th though in Milwaukee. So that's good. We now go to the bottom of the 9th in Milwaukee. 4, 5, 6 up for the Brewers. We need a walk off there, and we could be staring at 3-1 here.
It was 4, 5, 6 for Milwaukee.
It is 4, 5, 6 for Milwaukee.
They must have sat a lot of people today. Yesterday, Weimer was sitting in the 9 hole, I think.
Yeah, now he's hitting in the 6 hole, but he's 2 for 3 on the day.
Oh, that guy's country strong.
Country strong.
Yeah.
Like a mule, like an ox.
Okay.
Giolito, 3 strikeouts.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're about to go to the bottom of the 3rd in Oakland. Bottom of the order. This is where we need Scherzer to strike some dudes out. So let's see what happens here. Plus 260 for the Phillies to come back here. Plus 260 for the Phillies. 1, 2, and 3. Schwarber, Castellanos, Harper down by 1 in the bottom of the 9th at home.
I mean, that really should be 175. I mean, there's value there.
Well, to the point, BetMGM giving us good value. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I don't know if I would do it, though.
No, I hate when I'm pigeonholed into 1 at bat.
Right. I only got 3
even though it's the top of the lineup, it just there's so much variance, or there's no variance, depending on how you look at it.
And Schwarber grounded out to lead off the 9th. So now Phillies are down to their final 2 outs. The key here is what can we get in Milwaukee?
Someone led off in the Yanks inning he's on first.
Base knock. Harrison Bader with a single.
We're holding 4.5 on that?
It's 4.5 we're holding, yes. We have a run cushion.
We have a 1-run cushion.
We have a 1-run cushion and 6 outs to go in Chicago.
Man, I'd like Chicago to add on here.
Yeah, Chicago can score too. Chicago's going to have and they're going to get the bottom of the 9th too. So we may get, even if the Yankees do somehow get 2 runs, we got the bottom of the 9th for a little. And in that scenario, we would not be seeing Clay Holmes, the Yankees closer. Remember, if we ever go to the losing side of that bet going into the 9th, at least it's not a safe situation. Smokestack says we're almost pushing 5-1 after Schwarber grounds out to start the 9th. So, but now there's just 2 outs left. What you need is you're basically looking at 5-1 to get a bloop and a blast, right? Castellanos gets on, and then Harper, hits a go homer.
Or they can send it to extras and
we go to extras, right? Of course. But the real issue right now here is let's get the Brewers to walk it off. I got a 2-0 count for the leadoff man in Milwaukee.
And let's get the White Sox to get out of this inning.
I would also like that. Yes, Anthony Volpe up for the Pinstripes. 1 man on, nobody out there. So right now the hot spots are in Chicago and in Milwaukee. Otherwise, and we've been talking about this, Angels still up 4-0. Texas still up 1-0. Still scoreless with the Fathers and the Mariners. Remember, Matt was talking about the Fathers' first 5, and we are through 3 innings in the desert with the Dodgers up 1-0. Castellanos strikes out swinging in Philadelphia. Bryce Harper represents the last chance for Philadelphia. 1 out in Milwaukee.
Man, I can't. I gotta see who they ran out today on their lineup. Those 3 are hitting in the middle of the lineup.
That's the middle of the lineup.
Jesus, who did they sit today? Oh, it was Yelich, Contreras, Kana, and then it was Taylor. Yeah, so Anderson.
Hey, we got a base knock though.
Yeah, that's
a man on first. Volpe strikes out, 1 out in the.
Okay, nice.
1 out in the top of the 8th there for the Yankees. 1 out, 1 on. We go to the bottom of the order for the Yankees. We got a man on first here for Milwaukee. That run comes home. If that run comes home, we're looking good. We got a strikeout for Scherzer as well.
Okay.
He strikes out, bottom of the lineup. As I said, the bottom of the lineup, propensity to strike out even more. We flip it around to Kemp. Second strikeout for Scherzer.
Giants bases loaded.
And Giolito's at 47 pitches.
We need a double play here for Giolito.
Yeah.
If we can have 4 strikeouts through 3, though, I'll be pretty happy.
That would be good. The problem is you don't want to be at 58 pitches through 3.
Yeah, we double play ball here. I would take the double play in lieu of a strikeout, actually.
In lieu of a strikeout, sure, to get out of the inning, save the pitch count. Yeah.
Yep. I
agree with that. So we'll see. But again, the hot spot here right now is with your boy Weimer up. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Man on first, 1 out.
He can definitely go yard.
I'll take a double right now.
Yep.
I'll take a double right now. These are the spots that we're looking at. He does have a 1-2 count on him, unfortunately. Higashioka pinch hitting for the Yanks in Chicago. Remember, they've got a 3-run lead, but we're holding Chicago plus 3.5. Harper's still up in Philadelphia with a 1-2 count I've got. Oh! I think your boy, did he do it? Oh, just foul. Oh, you said Weimer can go yard, and he went just foul. Ooh. That would have been a nice way to end it.
That would have been 2-run. That would have been.
And then, unfortunately,
he strikes out. It is the bottom of the 9th, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the walk-off, and then, unfortunately, he strikes out, though, afterwards.
Shit.
So now...
still a favorite, probably.
We are, and, if we flip over, we get the runner on second. We'll see what happens there. We get the runner on second. We see what happens there. Giolito needs, like you said, he's got 2 strikes on the batter, so he could get to the 4 Ks, but he's at 52 pitches already. That's not our friend. Scherzer only had 2 strikeouts, but by contrast, he's at 35 pitches. So Giolito's gone 2 1/3 innings. He's at 52 pitches.
Oh, they just homered. You got to be
Fungool. The pinch hitter, Higashioka goes yard for the Yankees. That is now a working margin.
Would I say anything but a homer?
That hurts us. What'd you say?
Anything but a homer.
Yep, and that's what happens. So they go up 6-1. White Sox will still have 2 at-bats. Coming up for the White Sox in the bottom of the 8th is Benintendi, Robert, and Jimenez. So all we got to do is scratch one against the less good parts of the Yankees bullpen. So I'm not worried about that. I mean, it's not great, but we still got a chance there to be sure. Single for Peterson against Giolito. So he's at 54 pitches through 2 1/3. He does have the 3 strikeouts, but the 54 pitches is the issue there. And then Flores singles. So now we're looking at 4-3 Angels. The Giants just came back. So some of you guys were talking about the Giants plus 4.5 runs, remember, at one point. We were talking about the San Francisco plus 4.5. So that looks good now if you did click that one.
Well, the good news is the Yankees are going to put in the underbelly.
That's what I'm saying. It's a non-save situation. We're not going to see Clay Holmes. And right now we do have Benintendi, Robert, and Jimenez up in the bottom of the inning for the White Sox. And we're in a place where we only need one. Yes, Dexter Rojas, I'm talking to you. You were talking about the Giants plus 4.5. I remember you putting it in the chat. And now you're only down 1. So with a long way to still have to go in this game, in only the 3rd inning, that is a nice ticket to be holding. So let's see what happens. But hopefully it doesn't go the way of our Chi Sox right now. We are going to extra innings in Milwaukee.
So we're still the favorite there. I mean, we're a dog, probably. We're definitely a dog in Chicago after being a big favorite 2 minutes ago.
We're a big favorite there. Now we're a dog. You're right. In Chicago, I've got it locked. We'll see what happens. We go to extra innings in Milwaukee as well. All right, so we got to sweat some stuff out here. We got to sweat out Milwaukee, and we got to sweat out Chicago. We got Bowers up for the Yankees. After the Higashioka homer, we had, I believe, maybe a pitching change. We have a pitching change in Chicago? No. All right, so these are the 2 hot spots. Extra innings in Milwaukee. We need the White Sox to do a little bit of something here, but they do have the bottom of the 8th and the bottom of the 9th, presumably, now to do it. So all is not lost. We've got 6 outs to get 1 run. You say all the time, Matt, that an inning is half a run. So we just need the run in one of the 2 innings at this point to get all right. Corey says the Phillies got screwed. The missed strike 3, and then the next pitch was the homer for the Nats.
Oh, wow. I'm not watching that one.
That's over, I believe. Oh! That's over.
8-4.
Phillies came back.
8-4 and a doubleheader, 8-4 and 5-4.
Oh, okay. Right. No, I was looking at game 1. My bad.
Yeah.
I was looking at game 1 that went 8-4. Yep. 2 outs in Chicago. Judge up now. We need to get through Judge and then get a run in the Chicago half of the 7th. And the Rockies are going to have 8-9-1. 8-9-1 up in their part.
Okay.
The 10th.
The Rockies have someone. It's an extra inning, so there's a guy at second. That's right.
Yes.
I thought they led off with a double. I'm like,
no. Well, in essence, they did. In essence, they did. 2-1 count on Judge. It's going to be Andrew Chafin in for the extra innings in Milwaukee. All right, so we got to sweat these out. We can't have this happen 2 weeks in a row here, Matt.
we can't go. Yeah, I don't like going 2-2 because we get juiced.
Well, we got 1-3 potentially too. So to be quite honest.
Well, but then you could say 3-1 potentially.
That's true. That's true.
Because we're still. I mean, we're still a favorite in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most likely, it's a 2-2. I mean, by the odds, it's a 2-2 night.
By the odds, but we're going to get a run here. We're going to get a meaningless run for the White Sox. And to update you, we are out of the top of the third in Anaheim. Giolito with 3 strikeouts, but he's got 56 pitches through 3.
Yeah. He threw too many pitches. By the way, just so the chat knows, number one, that was a half unit on both those. And the line was 6.5 strikeouts. I took 7 and 8.
7 plus and 8, yeah. Both and those were at we'll put them up again just so you know.
They were big money.
It was plus 148 and plus 285.
So we needed to get an out. We needed to strike out that inning, but it's all good.
So it's interesting here. Like, which would you rather be, Matt? Giolito with 3 strikeouts but at 56 pitches, or Scherzer with 2 strikeouts but at 35 pitches?
It's the same,
pretty much,
right?
Yeah. I do worry about the pitch count for Giolito, but he's liable. Oh, get the F out of here! Aaron Judge went yard. Making it 7-1 Yankees.
Okay.
So.
Well, that was the one that we were the dog in anyway.
That's hurting. Leadoff walk in Milwaukee. So first and second, nobody out. We need a ground ball. In Milwaukee. All right.
Doyle's up. Chafin against Doyle.
It's Chafin on the hill here. Yeah, we need a ground ball here in Milwaukee. And I would love still to get Chicago with some meaningless runs. We should, however, get the back end of the Yankees pen. Although the Yankees pen is pretty good. Although it's not going to be Holmes.
Yeah, I mean the Yankees pen is a half a run better than the next best pen. A half a run.
Yeah.
That's sick. I mean that's significant. What the fuck?
It is.
Was there they bunt single? Oh my god. Bases loaded.
Yes, we got the bases loaded in Milwaukee.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, that was a bad 2 minutes.
Yes. Well, listen, Colorado has not scored. It's just profiling that way with bases loaded, nobody out. And you're right, Judge going for the tack on is not good. And then even more, Allen, the next hitter, gets on for the Yankees. So we've got to get the rough underbelly here of the Yankees pen. That's what we're looking at.
Bases loaded 0-2 or 2-0 count. Chafin is doing absolutely nothing.
No, he's got his cock in his hands for us tonight right now.
3-0. I mean, you just got to throw it over and hope he grounds into it. Home the
you just got to get a ground ball here. That's what we're looking for. Texas, by the way, has put up 2 runs in the 4th.
Yeah.
So they're up 3-0. I also like that because, like I said, they'll let Scherzer go deeper in that game, giving him more potential for the strikeout. We've got a 3-0 count in Milwaukee, and he walked. I think.
Ridiculous.
So
again, this will be a game that we may lose when we had the way better pen.
Yep.
And the way better pen, it's not over, but
it's not. But I think personally they're going to get more runs. They'll get
probably
5-3 here. And then, all right, we're out of it in Chicago at least. So now here's what we really need with Benintendi, Robert, and Jimenez up. We need us to get some. We need them to get some runs. I like what you're saying, Ramon. A cock in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. I wouldn't even want to be one of them if there was 2 in the bush. But that's a different story for a different day. Maybe Twatty will invite them all over to the hot tub. You never know.
What the fuck?
All right. We still need the same thing. We still need ground ball here. We need a ground ball in Milwaukee. And then let's see what the White Sox can do here in their bottom of the 8th. We need some runs for the White Sox, to be sure. Texas piling it on. Simeon with a ribby, and then Seager right behind them. He doubles to the gap in right center. Simeon scores 4-0 Rangers here in support of Max Scherzer.
Yeah, that's about right. The only thing that kept me off of that, well, I mean, not to be Captain Obvious, but it was Oakland's that they had their best pitcher on the mound, But you knew Texas was going to score. They have 9 hits already.
Ryan says Colorado is pushing minus 660. They are huge favorites, to be sure, because they still got the bases loaded. There's still nobody out. You got to figure they're gonna get some more here. So
they pulled Chafin.
Yeah. So accounts will go to the mound to grab them. I'm back now here on the White Sox. Benintendi leading off here in the bottom of the 8th. We need some runs here. That extra home run from Judge, if we just needed 1 run, that would be something. Technically now we need 2.
Loop and a blast.
Yep. And remember, Robert went yard earlier in this game. That is, however, the only White Sox run of the game. So, we'll see what happens.
By the way, I don't fade Quinn Priester tomorrow.
Say that again?
Fade Quinn Priester and the Pirates tomorrow.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. We'll keep that on our radar. Ryan C., you're right. We need a miracle here. And that miracle starts with a 1-2-3 double play, to be quite honest. That's what would start it. Get a little infield pop-up, get a little strikeout, something like that. Benintendi strikes out to start the bottom of the 8th, unfortunately. Luis Robert now up at the dish. Remember, he did go yard. I would have liked it better if someone was on base for him as he went yard. But let's see what's going on. Still zip in Seattle, by the way. Ty France just singled in the bottom of the 4th there. Still 1-0 Dodgers after 4 in the desert. They bring in Uribe for the Brewers, and he promptly goes to a 2-0 count as well. We got a 3-0 count. You got to find the plate, though, guys. You can't be walking dudes with the bases loaded. We just walked the dude on 4 pitches with the bases loaded. They bring in another guy. What does he do? He goes 3-0 right away on the first guy he sees. And also, Luis Robert popped out. So these things are not looking the best. Ever since Kyle Tucker went yard in the top of the 9th Grand Slam, it has certainly gone the other way. And another walk in Milwaukee. So that makes it 5-3 Colorado, still with the bases loaded, still nobody out. That hurts us. They're going to wind up with 6 or 7. Milwaukee's going to be chasing the Dragon here in the bottom of the 10th.
Wow. Well, here's all I could say is when we got on them, we were the favorites.
We got our money in the right spot.
Yeah.
And they flopped the nuts. Is that what happened?
Yep.
So listen, I mean, you can't walk guys back to back with the bases loaded. That's what it comes down to for me. You got to find the freaking plate. And now Ryan lets us know that Colorado's minus 2,400. Thanks, Ryan.
What's the straddle? The straddle's probably plus 1,000.
I'll let you know. It is 1,750.
Oh, that's pretty fair of them, actually.
Yeah, sure. You want to hop on? You want to hop on at 18-1? I do not.
How about two straight balls? They've thrown 10 straight balls.
I hear you. Now Ryan McMahon is up, and it's a 2-0 count on him. Eloy gets on base, so now Moncada guard could get us back in the game here. Of course he does not, though, and we are done with the bottom of the 8th. So the White Sox have 3 outs left. We need 2 runs there, and I mean it's unraveling for us pretty quickly in Milwaukee as well.
Looks like it's going to be a 1-3 night.
That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. We've got Giolito still on the hill. He still has 3 strikeouts. He's at 66 pitches through 3 2/3 and 66 pitches. As I've said, he's at 3. He's now through 4 with 3 strikeouts, 67 pitches. The Rangers are still hitting in their part of the 4th, so Scherzer hasn't got back on the bump. He's at 35 pitches. We need some strikeouts. This is
12 straight balls they've thrown.
Yeah, it's another walk.
12 straight balls. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
You're right. With the bases loaded, they walked the next 3 guys on 12 pitches. Like, that's the kind of shit that's going on for us tonight. I think the Kyle Tucker
there's a strike.
Really jinxed us.
There was a strike.
Hey, is it still Uribe? Nonsense. Uribe's come in and thrown 8 pitches and walked 2 guys. Hey, he threw a strike to wins. Fantastic.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Ryan, you're right. And we've gotten the best of it. Even with a 1-3 night, we're still way up.
Yeah, we're still up. We're still up on live line.
But I don't like losing nights. I mean, I can live with the 2-2.
Right.
Get
the watch
juiced.
get bled out a little bit with the juice. This, I mean, and I just hate it. The reason I hate it, Matt, is because we've got some people where this is their first soiree with us. You know what I mean? That's the thing. If you've been with us, what up, Joey Work? How you doing, brother?
Hey,
man?
Joey. What's
going on, Joey? Big things. I remember, back in the day, you even came on my show as a guest, talking UFC. So
Joey's real good at baseball too.
Yeah, that's the thing for me, Matt. If people have been with us the whole time and they absorb a losing night like this, they can still say we've been helping them out, right? But the problem is, as we grow, more and more people, this is their first time with us. And, I don't want it to be off-putting to them and be like, hey, I listened to these guys. I got banged out. What's going to happen, But that's all right. You got to stick with us here.
Yep, it's all good.
It's not fully done yet, all right? It's not fully done. Let's see what happens. Bottom of the 9th in Chicago, we can get a couple of runs. I mean, hopefully we start throwing strikes in Milwaukee. That would be nice.
They did get an out.
How about that? But that got a run in, didn't it? Oh, no, it was a strikeout. All right. The crowd in Milwaukee sticking through it. Now we need a double play ball. Now let's get a ground ball. And then we got the long road on the way back in the bottom of the 10th from Milwaukee and the bottom of the 9th for the White Sox. I will let you know we're going to the bottom of the 4th in Oakland. So Scherzer gets back on the hill. He's seeing 2, 3, and 4 in the Oakland order. He's got 2 strikeouts, but only 36 pitches. Giolito on the other side threw 3 strikeouts, 67 pitches. We're still scoreless in Seattle with the Padres and the Mariners. So you're talking about Padres' first 5. They only have 1 out left, and they're half at the top of the 5th for them to actually win the first 5 bet. Dodgers up 1-0. That game now in the 5th inning in the desert. All right, let's get another strikeout here in Milwaukee.
Need some runs. Yep, they got 2 out, or no, still 1 out in Milwaukee.
Yeah, 2-2 count I've got. Leadoff man went yard for the A's, makes that a 4-1 game off Scherzer. Scherzer's still up big, 4-1. Let's see if he can get some strikeouts. Tom Zaffino says, bad nights happen. After a dominant July, I got smoked in UFC Saturday night. We move forward. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth, my friend? Saturday night in the UFC was decent for me. Sandhagen decision was nice. And a couple other ones that were not that bad. That young Brazilian kid in the first round. Zaffino, and he got kicked in the nuts hard, like 30 seconds into that fight, and then came back and was like, oh, yeah, and ended it right away. That was fun.
Rocky score. I hit Terrence Crawford. I had a pretty big bet on Terrence.
Bud Crawford, yeah. Yeah, he put on a clinic.
They're talking about him and Canelo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I mean, Crawford and Canelo, I would have liked to see years ago. They're both on the downside. The other thing, at least for me, Tom, on Saturday night, this Tatiana Suarez chick is no joke. She. She's been dealing with injury for a long time, but she looks like the truth. If you want to know where it's at, Hamilton 69 says it's all good. So many ups and downs. What up? People saying what up to Joey Work.
Hey, what's up, Hookem? Hamilton.
But you're absolutely right. There are ups and downs. It can't last forever. But we were certainly on a nice little certainly on a nice little run. And to be clear, it is not over in Milwaukee. It is not over in Chicago. So we'll see what happens.
Much better chance of hitting the Chicago. No, much better chance of hitting the Chicago pick.
We do have a much better chance of getting 2. I mean, we need 2 runs in Chicago. We need 4 runs at least just to stay alive in Milwaukee. Giolito with 3 strikeouts. Scherzer getting guys not striking him out. So, it happens. I'd rather it all happen at one time, to be quite honest. So, hey. Sophia,
and I like both those spots.
And the Sanhagen over. You're right. Suarez is nasty. She is going to be a champion. But the health is the issue with her. And then I had, like I said, the Sanhagen going the distance by decision, and Suarez early was good. So that worked out for us. Okay. We're out of the top of the 9th, at least, in Chicago. We go to the bottom of the 9th. We got Vaughn, Perez, and Sheets up. So we need a couple runs here. We need a meaningless 2 runs. I'm going to be interested right away to see who comes in to pitch for the Yankees. That's going to be the key. All right, because they had Michael King in before. He threw 35 pitches. He's going to be out. And we could get a little bit of a chance here, Matt, with the rough underbelly. All right, and mercifully, we're at the top of the 10th in Milwaukee. So
they shit the bed there.
They really did. They really did. We saw that at 3-3. The Rockies put up 4 in the top of the 10th. Let's see what Milwaukee can do. It's 8-9-1. So if these first couple of guys can get on, then all of a sudden we look at Yelich and Contreras, maybe with a big shot to get us back a little bit. That's what we got to hope there. So Matt, to be clear, let's see what happens in the bottom here in Chicago. Let's see what happens in the bottom in Milwaukee. And then we're going to call it a night here on Live Lines. We'll be back at it next week. We're fading the Pirates, by the way, tomorrow. Matt has already said that. Did we lose, Matt?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. I just can't see you.
I can't see you either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can still hear you. I can still hear you because I can even hear your background noise.
Oh, okay.
So
all right. Well, let's hang on then, even though we're frozen.
No, I mean, I'm not frozen.
I'm frozen.
Yeah, I see you frozen, but we can hear you. But the key here is anyway, regardless, we'll see if the White Sox or the Brewers can pull a rabbit out of their hind parts and get us home.
That's right. We do start it with a guy at second base. That's right. I forgot about that.
We do. So, what's the bet on the Braves tomorrow?
Anything team total over probably. First 3, first 5, full game.
All right, so we like runs for Atlanta against Pittsburgh tomorrow.
Quinn Priester, I don't know how he's one of our 5 best prospects. He's bad. He's really bad. So,
all right. Hey, we got ball 1 in Milwaukee. Maybe they'll walk 5 guys in a row.
We got to start somewhere.
Maybe they'll walk 5 guys in a row as well. So you never know.
That's true. I mean, it is the Rockies.
And it is the rough underbelly. So we'll see.
3-0.
Oh, there we go. Bottom of the 9th. Vaughn grounded out to start. So now we need we need runs and only 2 outs, unfortunately. Ramon letting us know that everybody got contracts on the Contender Series, it looks like. I'm over here watching. Well, you are right. You are right with the 3-ball count here. Perez is up with a 0-1 count. We need runs there, and we need runs in Milwaukee again. Just to let people know, Giolito's at 73 pitches. Scherzer at 47 pitches. Neither of them, both in need of more strikeouts, to be clear. Strikeout in Milwaukee. So I believe we are 2 outs away now. So we're hanging on for dear life here, but doesn't look great. We've even got Maddie frozen over here. Giants money line, says Dexter. Giants money. But Dexter, you're already holding Giants plus 4.5. Don't get greedy, Dex. That's all I'll say. Looks like Twatty's going to pop back in. I'll hold us down in the interim. Once he comes back, we'll put him back in. We'll get him to be able to sign off and say goodnight to us as well. So I'll let you guys know when he comes back in. But unfortunately, doesn't look great. We got 1 out in the bottom of the 10th in Milwaukee. We got 1 out in the bottom of the 9th in Chicago. We've now got 2 outs in Chicago. We've got 2 outs in Milwaukee. So we are 1 out away in both of those spots. So it doesn't look great. Ramon says the frozen Twatty Lottie. Not greedy. Giants are the comeback kings. I hear you, Dexter. But listen, you were talking about them as the comeback kings when they were, and you got them plus 4.5. Like, I'm with you. I hope it comes through. I would be happy with what looks like a really good bet right now, especially because I've got bitten in the ass multiple times here so far tonight. If only I hit a plus 510 with Kyle Tucker. That really was the pivot point for us tonight here on Live Lines. Oh, here we go. We're going to get Twatty back in the building. Let's do that now. We'll get Twatty back in here. You back, Twatty. What's going on?
Came back just in time for 2 losses.
Just in time to say goodbye to the people. Just in time to probably say goodbye to the people. We've got 2 outs in Chicago. We've got 2 outs in Milwaukee. Yelich up. It is at least the top of the order, and he does have a 2-0 count. So we'll see. Sheets is up for the White Sox. We're hanging by a thread there. We need a couple runs. We've only got 1 out left to go, and we need more than a couple runs in Milwaukee with 1 out left to go. We also, unfortunately, Matt, Giolito, 3 strikeouts through 79 pitches, 4 1/3.
Yeah, that was it was a big plus money spot.
I hear you. Scherzer only with 3 strikeouts. I need some more for him as well. 47 pitches there. So, when we get these outs, unfortunately, thank you, though, Twatty, for coming back.
Yeah.
Just to say goodbye to the people. Are you new in town?
What? I'm not, but that's my line. But, Dane, you brought up a really good point. I may take us remote.
Ooh.
I may take us remote.
Keep me posted on that. I'd be very excited to see that. It is a final in Milwaukee. Colorado Rockies win 7-3. We were basically going on that bullpen, and it did not come home for us. And it is a final in Chicago, 7-1 Yankees. So, unfortunately, that'll do it for us here, guys. We don't love giving you a losing night, but it happens. One thing we are is honest here. Okay, and so when it happens, it happens. We'll be back at it next Tuesday. We'll turn it around. For everybody that was with us in the chat watching, we definitely appreciate it. We'll get you back in the black here next week to be sure. And you never know, my man Matt may be remote in a.
Before we run though, Dane, give our record so we can end on a good note.
Sure. So going into today on our live bets, we were 13-6. So you put a 1 and 3 there, that makes us 14-9, still 5 over. Okay, with the West Coast plays, even if both of them lose, okay, which are certainly not the case just yet. Even if both of them lose, that would make us 8-6. 8-6 plus 14-9 would get me to 24-15. So even in the worst case scenario, through about 2 months here in Live Lines, we are 9 over 500. That is not bad. D. Barnley, thank you for the love. Great show. Dexter Rojas saying the Mariners real quick. We'll see what happens with them. But we will also hope to see you back here next week, 8:30 p.m. Lock it down. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, follow, subscribe, 5-star review, all that good stuff.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for as always, Matt. We'll see you next week, and maybe you'll be in a different environment.
We'll see.
Maybe you'll be selling that I'm new in town line, and we'll see how it works. My lean on that is that it will not work. Plus money plus money on that, but we will see about that. And that'll do us. Yo, Matt, thanks as always.
Thanks.
We'll chop it up next week and do it
Thanks,
again.
boys.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you. Peace.